positivity, and uniqueness. I'm Unique Mia, also known as Mia. I have a bachelor's of science in psychology and professional writing and master's degrees in public administration and criminal justice. So we are going back to live streaming at our live streaming schedule. I did start this stream an hour early today, but I live stream on Mondays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Saturday and Sunday, I do spontaneous live streams. We're no longer adhering to the 8 a.m. live streaming schedule for Saturday and Sunday because it is getting hot outside, and you don't have to go to the gym all the time to exercise, right? You can exercise outside. But would love to know, what are you guys doing today? What are your plans? Hopefully you all had a great week. Today in New York, the weather was about 50 degrees, 60 degrees. It was a little windy, but it was good nonetheless. So we're going to be doing my nails. It is Manicure Friday, and Fridays I like to do my nails. So I went on a European adventure, went to Paris. It was really awesome. Super cool, but the Paris air is terrible. I don't know what's wrong with the Paris air, and yes, the air contributes to my nails breaking. So I also did bite my nails sometimes when I was on the trip. So, but the Paris air is what mostly led to breakages with my nails, and I didn't have my full nail products on vacation with me, so I did not want to do my nails there. I actually bought stuff, but nail polish is expensive in Europe, guys, because we did go into their discount store, and if you watch one of my full nutritional YouTube videos, y'all will see the store that I'm talking about. But they didn't have nail polish for $1 or $2. It was like $5 was the cheapest one, well, £5 or €5. That works out to be $6 US. So that was kind of expensive, so I did not even buy nail polish in Europe. So going to film a video simultaneously, but I would love to know, how's everyone doing today? Glad you guys can be here. Welcome back if you are a returning supporter. Shout out to you guys. Really appreciate your continued support. If you are a new viewer here, make sure to like the video, consider subscribing, and joining the Unique Mia community. If you have a question, comment, concern for me, feel free to type in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer it for y'all. But if not, I'm just going to tell you guys how I do my nails and the products that I'm using. But as I said, I am also going to be filming a YouTube Shorts video simultaneously, because Nail Aid, shout out to the Nail Aid brand, they sent me some products, and I did an unboxing, but now we have to use the products and give an honest review. But how's everyone doing today? Glad you guys could be here. Hello kids animal. Yes, what is your question for me? Okay. Why can mobile phones, have hundreds of tabs on, any search engine with no lag or issue, but a computer will still struggle only 100? Honestly, that's a pretty interesting question, kids animal. Personally, for me, I've never had 100 tabs open on my laptop or on my mobile device, but I don't know the answer to that question. I'll just make an assumption. So my assumption is saying the way phones are designed or mobile devices are designed, they're able to process the phone and process a lot of tabs being open opposed to a computer. So my mom, earlier this year in January, she got me the new phone. Shout out to Queen Mother for that. So I have the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and one of the selling points for this phone that the sales associate told my mom when she was determining which phone to get me, either this one or the iPhone 16, was that the sales associate said that the iPhone 17, it can have a lot of tabs and a lot of apps open simultaneously, and it won't slow the phone down. So a computer just doesn't have that. So that's my answer to that. One song in search in YouTube. What song is that? Oh, you want me to give you a song to search in YouTube? I don't know. Do a Disney song. Do Tangle. Do any Tangle Disney song. Tangle's a good Disney song. Hello, Vernon. Glad you could be here. Jazz hands to you. Thank you so much for donating a floating heart to the Unique Mia channel. I really appreciate your donation. How are you doing today? You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan debt, so all proceeds made off social media goes in its own separate account. So jazz hands to you, Vernon, and hearts to you. Thank you so much for your generous donation. How are you doing today, and everyone else on the stream? Hey, Chill, how are you doing? If you sing la 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 la, It'll rain eventually. Yeah, it's actually gonna rain eventually. Did you check the weather before you type that? That'd be really funny. If you check the weather, you're like, you know what? It's supposed to rain in an hour, or it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and you find that, and then you tell somebody, say la 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 la, and then automatically have superpowers. So guys, if it rains tomorrow, who said that comment? Who wrote that comment? Chill. So if it rains tomorrow, I have magical powers, and it is because Unique Lumiere said la 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 la, it's gonna rain. But glad you're doing great, Vernon. Glad you're doing great. Okay, that's great to hear. Very nice, very nice. What did you do today? What'd you do? How was your week? But I'm assuming you had a great week since you're doing great today, right? Welcome from India. What's it like in India today? Hello, Arun. Glad you could be here. Glad you could be here. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and y'all are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. A little bit about Uniquely Mia. I have a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Professional Writing, Master degrees in Public Administration and Criminal Justice. And on this channel, I show you what my life is like, ranging from education videos, travel videos, fashion videos, eating videos, shopping videos, unboxing videos, and a lot more, hair videos, nail videos, live streams, and etc. With the mission, the core mission of the channel is to motivate you guys to be your positive and unique self, right? In addition to that, your support allows me to make an income off of social media, which will one day be able to pay off my student loan debt. So yeah, if you guys want to be part of a community where you are being motivated to be your positive, unique self, definitely consider subscribing and sharing the channel out to somebody who you think will benefit from the channel. Okay, what do we say? It's gonna snow! Vernon? Eventually. Yeah, eventually, like in the winter time. Hopefully you don't mean eventually like next week, right? But hopefully you mean eventually like in the future. A long future, because I don't want the snow to come back. New York has gone through a lot of blizzards, a lot of blizzards. And I mean, like, even next winter, yeah, it may not snow at all. Well, in New York, it's always going to snow in New York. But depending on what state you're in, it may not snow, right? Because I remember when I was at school, one year it snowed in the winter, and then the next year, it didn't snow in the winter. So it's just how global warming wants to act up. Or, yeah, how they want to be perceived. But yeah, like in December for sure. In New York, it snows every year, I think, in New York. But in other states, sometimes it'll snow in December, sometimes it won't. How was my day today? My day was good today. It was very good today. What did I do? Went to my grandmother's house. And then I went outside to go downtown. And then that's basically it. So yeah, that was my day today. But I get to live stream, which is fun. So yeah, how was your day today? But let's get started with the manicure, guys. But feel free to keep your comments, your questions coming. I'll be more than happy to answer it for you guys. As I said, I'm also filming a YouTube short, so I'm kind of going to do the intro again, but instead more specifically speak about the nail aid products, which I haven't done yet on stream for you guys. Ow, that hurt. All right. Hi everybody, it's Uniquely Mia here. Nail Aid sent us some products, so we are going to use the products for manicure. As you can see, my nails, these are my natural nails. It is very short, right? I don't like short nails. However, we went to Paris, which was really amazing, but the air in Paris just isn't good for my nails. So shout out to Nail Aid for sending over some products. I've tried some of these products in the past. Some of these products I've never tried before, so I'm really excited to use all these products. So this is what we're going to use today for sure. This is the 1 Minute Mani, and this is a 3-in-1 nail cuticle. It has buffing and it's also an exfoliator. So that's really good because if you guys are a returning supporter to the Uniquely Mia channel, if you've seen one of my prior live streams where I did manicure, or if you've seen one of my prior YouTube shorts, you know that I take a cuticle cutter and I would cut off my cuticles. I don't have to do this with this, so this is much safer if you are somebody who's doing your nails for the first time and you want to cut off your cuticle, but you're scared to use a cuticle cutter. This may be good for you, but I've never tried it before, so we're going to try it. And then this, I do like this product. You guys have seen me use this product numerous times. This is the Keratin 3-Day Growth. We're not going to use this today since I've already utilized this in the past and I want to use something different, but this is a good product that I like. This is what I want to use today. So this is what we're going to be using today. Obviously, I will put color on my nails. But this is the Sapphire Strength Mega Growth, and this is a new product by Nail 8. I've never tried this before. So this says it strengthens thin, weak nails. It also works as a nail hardener, and it provides ultra shine and a break-proof finish. So one thing about Uniqlo Mia, if you're a returning supporter, once again, I have strong nails, but when my nails are growing out, it's weak. So it's very weird. Once my nails are long, it's nice and strong, but when it's short like this, it's very weak, which is why I think it takes forever for it to grow out. Hi, Gigi Cat. Glad you could be here. Hello, Jeremiah. How are you guys doing today? Glad you could be on the stream. Always a pleasure when you're on. Jazz hands to you. Jazz hands to you, Gigi Cat. You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan debt. Really, really do appreciate generous donations. Shout out to Kat. They sent 2 gifts. And shout out to Brennan, who donated a floating heart. Love the sparkles. Love how came up on the screen. It was like sparkling, sparkling, sparkling. But how are you doing today, Gigi Cat? Glad you could be on. Everyone on stream would love to know, what are you guys doing today? What are you eating today? It's Friday. How was your week? 2001. Hey, Wasabi. Glad you could be here. Kat said, I like how it looks when you send gifts. Yeah, because it's like, I think YouTube, hopefully, I think they're fixing the issues that they've been having. How come Bianca's texting and she's like, she went somewhere and she got, because in New York and Manhattan, they have a lot of pop-up events, so I asked my mom if we could go to a pop-up event, right? But Bianca went today, and she went to one, and she said she got free skincare. She got a big box of items. She always gets the big box of items for giveaway stuff. I don't get no big box. I always get the tiny box. But yeah, what was I saying though? But yeah, I think YouTube fixed most of their issues, guys. So as Cats, when you donate gifts now, and when anyone else donates gifts, it's coming on the screen, and it's like having the cool effects. So it's pretty cool. Nice update, YouTube. Exactly. Yeah, but how's everyone doing today? So as I said, I'm just describing some of the products that Nail 8 sent me. So this product right here, this is, what in the world is this? This is a 10 quick salon nail hacks. I do want to use this today. Guys, maybe I should test it, right? I should probably use this on this hand and then this on this hand. Is that too much? I'll let you guys decide on YouTube. What do you think I should do? Should I use just like one product for both hands, or should I like use 2 different products on 2 different hands so we could test it side by side? That'll be interesting. But they said just one coat makes your nails hard like acrylics. They provide a shine like gel. They said it has thicker drips, faster growth, fast drying top coat. Oh, it's a top coat, so this goes on top. So I guess, it is a base coat as well. They said it's a ridge filler, which is interesting, and it provides damaged nail repair. That's pretty interesting, actually. So yeah, we're gonna try these products out today. Okay. Perfect wear test, so 2 different products. Okay, so yeah, we'll go for 2 different products. But before, I have to take off my nail polish. I have clear nail polish on my nails right now. I had color, but then it peeled off. Kat said, also, I haven't dealt with many streamers having streaming problems. Hopefully your streams are smooth too. Yeah, I hope so, because I just know, like, the problem that I've been having, it's been persistent, or it's been occurring since when I was at school, and that was just, like, as you guys know, if you're trying to support it, I would live stream, and, like, YouTube would glitch me, like, it would take me out of the YouTube app, and, like, sometimes I wasn't able to rejoin. So it was like it happened when it first started happening last year. It wasn't like for a continuously long time. Hello Eva, thank you so much for sending a star. Really appreciate it. How are you doing today, Eva? Jazz hands to you. Jazz hands to you. You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan debt. All proceeds goes in its own separate account. So jazz hands to you, hearts to you. Thank you so much for your generous donation. Good day to you. Glad you're doing good. I'm doing good as well. How was your week? What did you eat today? Kat said, thank you so much for sending a makeup brush. That's really cool. Love the purple effect. So very, very cool. Thank you so much for that. Jazz hands to you. Kat said, and I'm at work right now. Okay, you don't get off until 5, but right after you're going to your friend's house to give her a birthday gift. Okay, nice. Her birthday was Wednesday, but she was busy. Okay, well, shout out to you, Kat, for being a good friend and going over to your friend's house to give her a gift. What did you get her? If you're comfortable sharing, it sounds really cool. So, are you and your friends gonna celebrate your friend's birthday like later, or were you able to celebrate on Wednesday or no? But you have your headphones in? Okay. Well, shout out to you for being on the stream even while you're at work. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for the hearts, Eva. Really cool, really cool. So first, what was I saying? Okay, let's take off our nail polish. So I like this brand of nail polish remover, guys, but do you notice something off about this? Tell me if you notice something off about this nail polish remover that makes me really upset. It prolongs the process of me removing my nail polish. It's not 100% acetone, guys. When I bought it from Burlington, I legitimately thought it was 100% acetone. That's because I didn't read the bottle. I just saw the name. And historically, when I bought this name of nail polish remover, it has always been 100% acetone. So I didn't even know that they made nail polish remover that wasn't 100% acetone. And this is good nail polish remover because it's good because like they put a lot of other vitamins in it, right? So it's not as harsh on my nails when I take off the nail polish. However, I don't like it because since it's not 100% acetone, it takes a ridiculously long time to get the nail polish off my nails. So yeah, that was $4 from Burlington, which is that's a good buy, right? It's still kind of expensive. Like if I was at school, it'd be much cheaper from the Walmart. However, you go to like the beauty supply store to get some nail polish remover, why did they charge me $12? What do you mean $12? That's crazy. Okay, hello Sean, glad you could be here. Word around the town is you need to see the gynecologist, Mia. Word around the town, Sean, is that we communicate respectfully and appropriately on the Uniquely Mia channel, alrighty? So all opinion, people, and ideas are welcome on the Uniquely Mia channel, alrighty? So everybody should go and visit the doctor, for sure. Visiting the doctor is a great thing to do, right? So communicate respectfully and appropriately, guys, alrighty? So yeah. But welcome, guys, to the stream. Glad you could be here. If you guys want to see what the Uniquely Mia family did on our European adventure, definitely go and check out those videos. I have one more video that's going to be released to you guys. I think it's going to be released on the 25th, which is probably, yeah, it's in a few days, the 25th. So that video is going to be released to you guys very soon, and that's the last one that I filmed. I will say that I'm happy with all the videos I was able to get out to you guys, but what happened was when we were on vacation, guys, my phone, it filled up with storage. Like literally, so last night I had to reset my phone. So this is a hack for anybody who has an Apple device. If you like have an Apple device, right? And let's say you have 265 gigabytes, which I have on my phone, right? And it says you have about 194 of those gigabytes are used, right? But you only have, because what happened to me, it said 95 gigabytes were used on my phone, but I only had a total of like 10 pictures in my Photos app, and I only had maybe like 5 apps downloaded on my phone, and that made no sense to me. So I reset my phone, guys. When I reset my phone like it's new, I go in, now I have about 21 gigabytes utilized with the same amount of pictures and the same amount of apps. So Apple, that's how they get people money, because when I got my first, okay, not my first phone, but when I got my second phone, the main reason why I had to get that second phone was because my phone filled up with storage, and I did not know how to, like, get the storage back. I could have just reset the phone, and I could have had my storage again. So, yeah. It was bad filming this. I'm happy to get a new one. But, so that's a hack for you guys. So, I say all that to say, I wish I could have filmed more videos, right? But I did film more videos, but they're more so YouTube short style. They're not fully traditional YouTube video style, just because I ran out of storage for the last few days. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos that I did get for y'all. And now in the future, if I ever run out of storage, right, I know how to get the storage back for free, because I'm not paying Apple for that after they charge a lot of money. So I think clear nail polish. Okay, so the clear nail polish is off my nails, I think. If I had colored nail polish on my nails, guys, this nail polish remover would have taken forever to come off. But I love acetone nail polish remover. People say it's damaging for a nail. I do not care, because it gets it off in like 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and I can just like protect my nails after. So this is new. So we're gonna, is there instructions, guys? I think just rub it on your cuticles, but okay, there are directions. Let's read it together. But how's everyone doing today? Glad you guys could be here. As always, if you have a question, comment, concern, feel free to type it in the chat. And welcome if you are a new viewer on the stream. So it says, okay, so we have to apply this to bare nails, and then we just scrub the nail surface. Okay, we have to pay attention to the nail edges. So, like, this is the nail edge right over here, and then right there too where the cuticle is. Oh, we gotta rinse it off. Well, I'm not gonna get, because I don't have, what is it? Like a bowl in front of me, so we'll just rinse it off by wiping it off. Okay, so, alright. Okay, so it also says that when you use this, your manicure is supposed to last longer on your nails. So I'm able to, like, extend the life of my manicure for, like, 2 weeks. No, a week and a half. So longer would be even better. Really. I gotta take this off. But I'm ready for my long nails to be back, guys. Short nails, like, I like short nails sometimes, but then after a while, I miss my long nails. Because I'm like, sometimes it's cool to have short nails, right? Because you don't have to worry about, like, ew, this is not a pretty color. I like short nails sometimes because you don't have to worry about change your manicure every week, right? Or you don't have to worry about you accidentally, breaking your nail. So that's why I like short nails, but at the same time, I'm a long nail person. Like, I just like how long nails look on my nails. It's like almost like sand a little bit. That's what it's like. It doesn't get bubbly or anything. It's literally like sand that you're rubbing on your nails. Maybe I shouldn't have cut my cuticles yesterday. I did cut those yesterday. Okay. One thing this thing also said it does, they said it, like, if your nails are a little yellow, it lightens it. So, my nails were not yellow, so this is what it looks like. And then let's wipe it off. You're supposed to rinse it off with water, but it's okay. Okay. I mean, it made my skin softer. The skin around my cuticles. That's what happened, guys. It made it softer. Okay. And I think it did brighten it a little bit. Or you guys, like, Mary gaslighting yourself to think it worked. But I think it brightened my nails a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Because let's compare. Well, I have a ring light on, so that's not going to show you guys. But I think it brightened my nails a little bit. And I feel like if I had cuticles, because I did cut my cuticles yesterday, but I feel like if I still had cuticles, like, I do have cuticles, right? Everybody always has, even when you cut it. But, like, if I had excess, I think what this would have done, it would have made it nice and soft, so it would have been easier for it to come off. So I'm using a little bit, and just rubbing it in like this. But for everyone who just joined and is wondering what in the world is Unique Lamia doing, I'm doing a manicure. So I'm using this manicure is I'm only using Nail 8 products with the exception of the colored nail polish. This colored nail polish. I went to CVS, guys. CVS pharmacy, and if you've been to CVS before, you know you buy one thing and they'll give you a ridiculously long receipt. It's crazy, guys. So I literally bought a bag of chips and a Snapple peach tea from CVS, and they gave me like 5 different coupons. And one of the coupons, I think I had to spend $5 and I get $4 off. So I went back into CVS and I saw that they had this nail polish. It was 2 for $4. So I did get a violet color as well. So 2 for $4. And then I just had to get, like, my mom wanted popcorn, so I just got her popcorn. And bam, I got, like, the nail polish and everything came back to $1. That was a pretty good deal. So this is a CVS brand nail polish. I tried it. I don't think, when I tried it the first time, I didn't let it dry properly. So I don't know. I can't say if it's good or bad, etc. Did I leave my hoodie there yesterday? Your hoodie where? Did you break into our house to leave your hoodie here? That's not good. Break-in and entry is a crime. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? I have studied criminal justice. I have mastered criminal justice. If you're looking at my master's degree in the United States, alrighty? Breaking and entering is a crime, alright? Committing to said crime is also, obviously, confession, right? Best form of evidence there is a confession, as long as it wasn't like a form of coercion, right? And we don't want that. But yeah, so if you guys would like to learn a little bit more about some criminal justice information, definitely go to my YouTube homepage, click playlist, and watch my criminal justice videos. Guys, when I tell you back in like the 1970s, not even the 1970s, 1960s, 1950s, that overt, oh my gosh, the overt punishment, interrogation, they used to beat those people up. That was bad, man, because they would beat people up like back in the day, take them into an interrogation room, and then that they would just confess because you want the violence to stop, and that often led to a lot of like false confessions, or even if it was like valid confessions, right? If they appealed the case, it's like, you beat me, you can't do that, right? So great thing they have sentencing reforms. However, sentencing reforms, it still needs to be updated, because have you guys ever heard about the Central Park 5 case, guys? If you haven't heard about the Central Park 5 case, it was a case that happened, I think, around the 1970s, 80s, or 90s. Oh, it was the 80s? Yeah. And Central Park 5, it happened to Central Park, and unfortunately, a woman was sexually assaulted, right? Terrible sexual assaulted. She was beat up. She was of Caucasian, the woman who happened. The race is important in this instance, right, for the case Central Park 5. And what happened was, when that happened to her, there was like teenagers around. So there were like African American teenagers around, and there were also Hispanic teenagers around, like where the woman was found. So and they were all minors. So the police officers just arrested those teenagers, right? And that was before DNA testing. It did exist, but it was before it was like a mandatory thing. So they were minors, and the police officers interrogated the minors without their parents present. Bad. You don't do that. You don't interrogate minors without an adult present, right? That it would in itself is a form of intimidation and can lead to false confessions. And then two, the police officers lied to the defendants, the people who they thought was the suspects, and was like, hey, this guy over here confessed that you did it, right? Now here comes into the gray area. Can police officers actually lie within an interrogation room? They can lie, yes, but they cannot present false evidence, right? They can't do that, but they can lie a little bit to the person to try to get a confession. But given the defendant's age, and given that they were interrogated like without their parents, they really weren't read their rights 100% appropriately, right? So all that led to them engaging in a false confession, saying that they did it, they were incarcerated. 20 years later, DNA evidence comes out and shows they actually didn't do anything. So yeah, I actually don't know if the true suspect was actually found. I think they were actually found. I think they were already incarcerated, and they did confess that they did that to her. That could be incorrect on my end, but based on memory, I think that the true suspect was actually found. But yeah, Central Park 5 is a very important case to see why you need to have proper, at least police officers and the criminal justice system, they need to engage in appropriate and correct interrogation practices, particularly when it comes to anybody, but also minors. And it also leads to the fact that that's how you can see that there was some form of systemic racism, some systemic discrimination within the police officers, because what are you telling me? You just picked up only minorities and you just automatically assume they were the ones who sexually assaulted the woman, right? So yeah, not a good case, but it's a good case to learn from. I think, what is it? The Sentencing Project? I forgot the name of it, but there's one of those. That's a case that anytime you go to exonerations, that's like a case that's always front and center, because that's like a great example of a case where you're saying, hey, exonerations was definitely needed for these people because they were innocent. All of them were innocent, and they all spent like 20 years in prison, right?
One of them is a senator or congressman or something he ran for, and Bronx or Manhattan now.
I'm also one of them is like a senator or congressman in the Bronx right now.
Some government.
Oh, or governor, or
Yeah, but it was terrible.
yeah.
They were babies, like you said.
Yup. So not a good case. When I first learned about it, I think I learned about it actually in psychology in undergrad. I was like, what? That's crazy. But when you take criminal justice, you learn about it a little bit more, and like you take a deep dive into the type of police interrogation practices that was utilized. So luckily nobody was beat up, right? But I say that to say, you see, like it luckily. But they still were incarcerated for a long time, which isn't good. But prior to the Century Park Five, overt police interrogation methods was often prominent, and that's literally where police officers would beat up defendants. They would beat up suspects, beat them, and then they would just confess and they would be incarcerated. But that often leads to false confessions, and even if it is a true confession, it's like, if that person was powerful enough to be like, hey, I'm pressing charges because you beat me up, somebody who actually committed a crime could have been released, right, because of the terrible police interrogation methods. So, yeah. Hey, February, how are you doing today? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Glad you could be here. Always a pleasure when you're on. How's everything going today? We're doing my manicure today. It is Manicure Friday, so I already went in with this 1 minute mani. I think it was good. It did make my nails and cuticle much softer. We're gonna try it again maybe in 2 weeks when I know my cuticle will grow out a lot more and I'll have the dead skin. But for now, we're gonna go in with this one on one hand. This is a 10 Quick Salon Nail Hacks, and this is the Nail Aid Sapphire Strength Mega Girl. If you guys have any other questions you guys want to ask me about criminal justice or public administration or something else, I'll be more than happy to answer. Thinking about another criminal justice case I could talk to you guys about where this one's an interesting one, but that's the thing, like, I know the content, but when it comes to the name of these cases, I forget the names, guys. Because I guess what happens was, when I was in school, my professors would give us projects where I had to focus heavily on like the details of the case, so I remember the details, but the names, I really don't remember the details. But I did like this criminal justice class that I took. It was a really fun class that I took. But that's where we did a lot of case review. We dive into cases. The first time I did the case review, that thing sucked. Did not like it, but I got better at it as I went on. So yeah, this other case that we learned about was, okay, I'm not going to tell you the name because I don't know the name, but I know the details of it, guys. So what happened was, this was a drug case, a drug offense. So police officers went to the defendant's home. They went to the suspect's home, right? And, let me read February's comment because I will get very lengthy with it. Okay, you're going to the movies on Sunday night and you're going to church on Sunday morning. Very nice. Sounds like a fun Sunday. Okay, you're gonna have some fun at church. You're gonna have some fun at the movies. What's your go-to movie snack, February? We're actually going to the movies this weekend as well. Myself, Queen Mother, Bianca, and Jay. Stu was invited. So don't worry, we did invite everybody else to the Nickelodeon family, right? So we're going to the movies. We did actually go to the movies on Tuesday as well, my mom and myself. It was cheap. So the affordable ways to go to the movies, guys. On Tuesday, you get discounted movie tickets. And then the reason why we're going to the movies on Saturday, on Saturday we're going to the movies. The reason why we're going to the movies then is because T-Mobile, they have like $5 movie tickets you can get. So we got $5 movie tickets for the weekend. Budget, fun activities, guys, right? But what's your go-to movie snack? When we went to the movies on Tuesday, we saw Mummy. I thought it was like the OG Mummy. I was missing Evie. I was missing Simon, if that's his name. What was her brother name? Benjamin? Yeah, where was Benjamin? Where was Simon? Where's her husband? I forgot his name. I don't remember his name. But where were the characters? They were not there, right? So it is not like the OG Mummy. That's what I was expecting. But it's in the same universe, people said. Like, that was a completely different Mummy universe. They made it into a horror movie. It was a good horror movie, but it was kind of nasty. I'm glad that I ate all my snacks before the movie started. Otherwise, I would not be able to eat anything. That movie was nasty. That's the thing about horror movies that I don't like now, guys. It's like it's getting disgusting. It's getting gory. When I go to horror movies, I'm going there for the suspense. I want the suspense. I want the jump scares. Now when you go to horror movies, it's just blood. It's just nasty, guys. Ooh, popcorn and a slushie? That sounds good, Christina. That sounds good. I do like popcorn. I like the popcorn and the cheese, but my go-to is nachos and cheese every time. My mom gets popcorn and we trade. So that's how I get popcorn, but love me some nachos and cheese. I don't think I've ever had a slushie at the movies before. I've had one outside of the theaters, but I've never tried the one in the movie theaters before. That sounds good though. But yeah, the case I was telling you guys about, this criminal justice case. Okay, so the defendant, police officers went to the defendant's home or the suspect's home, and it was a drug crime. So they already had a warrant to enter the defendant's home. So they knock on the defendant's door, and the defendant's taking a long time to open the door because he's hiding the drug paraphernalia in his couch, right? And he actually swallows some of the drugs, right? He swallows some of the drug paraphernalia. I think it was cocaine tablets that the defendant swallowed. This is a real case. I just don't know the name of the case. I can find it and post it after to go in my notes, right? So what happened was they go in, the police officers had a warrant, they arrest the suspect, they do the search, and they actually do find the cocaine tablets in the couch. But remember, the defendant also swallowed a lot of like the drugs because he wanted to hide some of the evidence. It's better, in the words of criminal justice, it's better to be found with a little bit of drugs rather than a large amount because that's more time in prison, right? Especially if it's illegal, right? So he swallowed a lot of the cocaine tablets, and obviously that caused him to have a seizure. They rush him to the hospital, and here's where the gray area comes in. The police officer, the police orders that the doctor takes the drugs out of the defendant, right? And once the doctor makes the defendant throw up to get the drugs out of his system, this is where the defendant filed an appeal, and this is where he had grounds to file the appeal, because the police officers then take that evidence that was found in the hospital when the defendant threw up and use it against him, right, to like imprison him, right? So that's what happened in the case. Thank you, Arnell. Jazz hands to you. Thank you so much for sending a sparkle. I really appreciate it. You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan debt. All proceeds go in his own separate account. How are you doing today, Arnell? Hearts to you, jazz hands to you. I'm telling you a little bit about some criminal justice cases that I learned about. So, why is it a gray area? Why, in that case review, why did the defendant, quote unquote, have grounds to file an appeal? Because, guys, the police officers, the warrant was only for the defendant's home, right? To search the defendant's home. When the defendant got to the hospital and he threw up, and the police officers were searching through his throw up, one, the defendant did not consent. His vomit, yeah. The defendant did not consent that the doctor make him vomit, one, right? Two, the police officers took that evidence that was found outside of the house, right? Outside of the house to charge the defendant, right? Even though it still was a crime, they tried to justify their search of his vomit. The police officers tried to justify the search of the warrant, of his vomit, saying it fell under the scope of the warrant for his house, but it didn't, right? Because a warrant is specific. A warrant was only for the house, not for the hospital, not of his vomit. So at the end of the day, the defendant did not win his appeal, right? And like, he didn't win the appeal because he still did commit the crime, but he had grounds for the appeal, right? And that led to the question to say, do police officers actually have the right to order a doctor to make somebody throw up, even if it will produce the evidence? And two, do police officers have the authority to use, if it's illegal evidence found, to like indict somebody? So yeah, that was a very interesting case when I learned about it, right? So I wrote a whole case review about it. Obviously, I probably didn't explain it as good as I did when I wrote about it in the class, but it was interesting.
So that means the court found that the police officer was able to use the vomit.
Yeah, so in the appeal, the court did find that the police officers were able to use the vomit because he didn't win the appeal. He was still incarcerated. However, at the same time, even though the police officers, quote unquote, won, it was still a valid thing to raise up, because prior to that case, people only saw the warrant and it was like, okay, we know a warrant is for the scope of this one thing, but can we still like try and use the grounds to justify this and that, right? So it was still kind of interesting. I don't know, cocaine came in tablets. Yeah, it was like, it's like they made it like that. So they kind of like mashed it together and made cocaine tablets out of it. I only know that because of the case that I read. That's how it was the case that I read for the class. So yeah. Kat said, I almost always get slushy at the movies. That's really the only place I get it. Really? So it must be really good. For me, nachos and cheese, that's the only place I get it. The movies, right? So when we went to the movies on Tuesday, I specifically asked my mom to go to the specific movie theater because I really wanted nachos and cheese. Sometimes I just want nachos and cheese. Sometimes I don't want it because I only eat it at the movies, and like I don't go to movies that often. I really don't go to movies that often. I mean, I go more now since I'm home than I go when I was at school, right? So yeah, but it's still not that much. I don't go to movies. Kat said, "Oh yeah, because technically he could have taken the cocaine out of the coke out of his house, right?" Yeah. So if he took it out of his house and the police officer still stopped him, right, and found him, because we have to think about it this way too, Kat. And if you guys have seen one of my videos that I've made, I always say that if you should never be scared of a police officer, particularly if you know you didn't do anything wrong, right? Because remember this, a warrant gives an officer, or a warrant establishes probable cause for a police officer to enter your space and search your items. So in that specific case, when the police officers went to the defendant's home, the warrant was specific for his home. It was, and you can have different warrants. You could have a warrant to search the whole entire house. Police officers can obtain a warrant just to search the kitchen. And if they search outside of the kitchen, like let's say a police officer comes into my house, right? And they have a warrant to search my kitchen. If they come and search my room, my living room, and they find illegal stuff there, I can appeal that. I may still be incarcerated, but I can still, especially if it's legal, but I can appeal that and be like, the police officer did not have probable cause to search this area of my home, right? So a warrant is very specific, at least it should be very specific, and it establishes probable cause. So as Kat said, if the defendant could have taken the coke outside of the house, right, and he took it before the officers arrived, and the officers tried to search the defendant, right, outside of his home when the warrant was for his home, they kind of had probable cause, but they didn't have probable cause because the warrant was just for his home, not to search outside of his home and the body in his car, right? So yeah, it's very specific. So like if I go outside right now and a police officer tries to say, "Hey, uniquely Mia, I want to search your bag." Okay, do you have probable cause? Why do you want to search my bag? If they can't provide if they want to say just because I want to, that's not probable cause. It's not probable cause. Now, some people will let the officer search your bag to avoid the conflict, but that's not probable cause. A police officer just can't walk up to you and search you just because. Oh, just because of my race lawsuit, where's money at? Just because can be interpreted a lot of different ways. So you need probable cause to search somebody, right? So yeah, if a police officer walk up to you and say, like, "Can I search you?" Yeah, why do you want to search me?
But what about in the train?
When we get into the train, they do have police officers, I see that, who sometimes you'll be like in Manhattan, or you'll just be like on the train somewhere, and they have police officers who have the tables up and it's like, "Hey, I'm searching your bag." They still need probable cause because at the end of the day, they're still police officers. So you can consent to the search, or you don't have to consent to the search. You can be like, "Hey, I don't have time right now. No, I don't consent." Maybe don't take the train that day, leave the train station, right? So, and it's not because you're quote unquote hiding something, you just don't want them to search, right? So they always need probable cause. Obviously, when you go to the airport, and there are certain spaces you enter, so unless the rules have changed, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm just saying what I learned in class, right? So don't come in contact with a police officer and be like, "No, Mia told me this," and you get in trouble. No, do your own independent research, guys. I'm just saying what I've learned in class, right? But like, let's say you're on the train station. Unless the rules have changed, perhaps the train has turned into a space like the airport. You know, when you go to the airport, when you buy an airline ticket, the minute you buy that airline ticket for you to travel and you going through TSA, you consent to them searching whatever they want to search about you. So you can't, if you go through TSA, you can't be like, "I don't consent to you searching my bag. What's your probable cause?" My probable cause is you bought the airline ticket. You're not getting on this plane unless you consent to this search, right? So there are certain spaces you enter, like a courthouse, TSA, etc. Probable cause is just given what you entering that space. But like if I'm just walking outside in public, you need the probable cause at that point in time. So that's what a warrant is. A warrant just establishes probable cause for the specific thing. That's why if you come in contact with a good police officer, a good judge, right, who's writing the warrant, well, it's the police officer who writes the warrant, the judge just signs it, but if you come into contact with a really good police officer, they will be very specific, they will be very detailed with the warrant, right, because that establishes their probable cause. And remember, probable cause is violated, even if somebody is guilty, if they have a great attorney, they cannot be incarcerated because they can argue that, right? So yeah. Okay, what are you saying? Hey Jason, glad you could be here. But yeah, Kat, to answer your question, okay, read that. I answered that one. I think he could have taken go. Yeah, I answered that one. Jason said, hello, welcome. What's like in Wisconsin today? I'm doing good. Would you ever go on TV and become the next Judge Judy? I would go to law school for that, but I would become the next Uniquely Me on TV for sure. Kat said, I only eat popcorn at the movies. Okay, I have a thing where my gum and teeth have a lot of space. Oh, so the popcorn kettles slides right into your gum. I think that happened in the back of my tooth. I think that happens to me sometimes in the back of my tooth. Yeah, it is uncomfortable. But popcorn is a special treat. Do you eat it with cheese and like the jalapenos? Sometimes we get it with the jalapenos. Sometimes most often we just eat it with cheese. It's really good with cheese. But it has to be the movie theater cheese, like the nacho cheese. Kat said, okay, based on the Afroman case, okay, I learned that if cops trash your house, even if they got the wrong house, the police department doesn't have to pay for the damages. Wow. I think I heard something about that. I don't remember 100% on that. I'm sure it's true, but once again, if you find somebody who's it all come down to a really good attorney too. You find a great attorney, man, they can get money anyway from anybody. But I'm sure that is true too, yeah. It's like the only other instance where probable cause or a warrant isn't needed for a police officer to enter somebody's home is if it's a hot pursuit. And that's saying, let's say somebody committed a crime outside or in a bank and they're running and they run through the house, they run through Uniquely Me and Queen Mother's house, they run through the house, guys, or they run through Kat's house or Drake's house or Vernon's house or Christina's house, right? Let's say somebody committed a crime and they're running through your house, police officer can run in your house as well. Because without a warrant, because that is a hot pursuit. It's a hot pursuit. You're chasing an active criminal. You want to catch them, right? So that's like the only other situation where you don't need a warrant. The other situation where you don't need a warrant is, let's say you are arrested. It's like let's look at. I'll tell you guys about another doctrine after I respond to some of these comments here. But hello, Drake. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Always a pleasure when you're on. How was your week? What'd you eat today? It's Manicure Friday, and it turned into a criminal justice conversation, and I'm not mad about it at all. Drake said, I told the police that I didn't consent to him searching my vehicle, and okay, this segues into our next conversation I want to have. All right, I told the police that I didn't consent to him searching my vehicle, and it was that easy. Yeah, he let me go. Yep. I may have had something. Let's say you didn't have that in there. Drake said, now imagine if I would have said, yeah, he did say, well, since you don't want me to search it, I'll tow it, but ultimately ending up letting me go. He thought it was gonna scare me. Yeah, and that's what happens, right? Because ultimately you do have to consent. And great thing that you typed about your car, because this leads into what I was about to talk about, right? The Carroll Doctrine. The Carroll Doctrine is like a warrant for a car, right? So, but it's specific to just searching the car, but it also it's specific to searching a car in certain areas of the car. However, let's say without the Carroll Doctrine, 9 times out of 10, police officers cannot search somebody's car without their consent, as Drake described, right? The only other instance outside of the Carroll Doctrine where a police officer can search your car without a warrant or falling under the jurisdiction of that doctrine is, let's say you're arrested. Let's say you are in a traffic violation. That's more often when you're going to come into contact with law enforcement in your car. You'll just be like, they'll pull you over, speeding ticket, I don't know, your light in the back of your car is hanging out or something like that, right? So, and they find something, you are arrested, they can search your car without a warrant, without the Carroll Doctrine, right? Because those are the only exceptions. There's a lot of other, but those are the main 2 exceptions, is because when police officers arrest you, if an officer is acting ethically and honestly, they're only arresting people if they are a danger and if they break the law, because those are the only people who should be arrested, right? If you're ethically arrested, if you're breaking the law, or if you're a dangerous person, right? So the reason why police officers don't need warrants for that, particularly when it comes to searching a car in that instance, is because they're on the assumption that you may have something dangerous in your car, so they need to search for that. And another fun fact about warrants, police officers can get warrants to search the home, and if a police officer gets a warrant to search the home, if your car is parked in the driveway, they can still search your car. But if your car is parked on the public road, even if they have a warrant to search your house, they cannot search your car, only if it is parked on the public road. If it's parked in your drive-thru, they can still search it. So yeah, I've made a video about all of this information, so definitely go and check it out. I was pulling from memory, so I'm sure I don't think I got a lot of stuff wrong, but as I said, I'm fairly confident what I said is correct, 89% accurate, but at the end of the day, I don't have my notes in front of me, so if you guys want facts according to law, go to my YouTube homepage, click playlist, and watch my education videos. Hello, Big Mike. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Always a pleasure when you're on. Drake said, I had Domino's and spicy buffalo wings. Sounds good. Very good. I had curry chicken. Yeah, had curry chicken with some rice. Chick-fil-A for breakfast. You know, you had Chick-fil-A, you're not in school anymore. Yeah, I had a spicy chicken biscuit. It was okay. It's better in the Peach State. And then I had ice cream. I went to Trader Joe's and I got the, chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwich. It's really good from Trader Joe's, guys. I like chocolate and I like ice cream, so that's why. I'm uniquely Mia, also known as Mia Trippy. You can refer to me as such. Oh, no, okay, I probably explained that incorrectly. No, your driveway is not considered a public road. So, you know, how do I describe? Yeah, you have your driveway, so your driveway is part of your house, Drake, right? So if the officer has a warrant to search your house, they can search your car as well if it's parked in the driveway. But you know, like, the road in front of your driveway that's, like, not connected to your house, that's the public road. So next to your mailbox, right? Next to your mailbox is the best way to describe it. You know the road next to your mailbox that's not the driveway? If your car is parked there, that's public road, right? Yeah. So in New York, immediately when you walk outside of your house, right? Unless you live in a very rich area in New York, right? You have the public road. When your car is parked, if I go outside right now, all the cars are parked on a public road. If police officers have a warrant to search somebody's house, they cannot search the car. So yeah. You're not in Atlanta? Yep. So no good Chick-fil-A. Yep. I thought it tastes decent, but the only thing I've ever had from Chick-fil-A in New York was the chicken biscuit. I refuse to have the milkshake here in New York. I'm like, no. They perfected the milkshake in the Peach State. Never, and I don't really go to Chick-fil-A for lunch in New York. I'm like, there's better options. So, yeah. So, let's get back with the manicure. But if anybody has any other comments, questions, concern about criminal justice, anything at all, feel free to type in the chat. Be more than happy to answer it. But as I said, if you guys have seen one of my YouTube shorts, Nail Aid sent me some products, which is very, very exciting, guys. Love my nails. Love Manicure nails and growing it back out. And really happy that we got some free products to try out. It's very cool, guys. So, this definitely smoothed my nails. But we're going to go in one hand, we're going to use this product. The next hand, we're going to use this. Side-by-side comparison. Hey Anthony, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Drake said, yes, now I get it. Okay, kind of like off-street parking, but if it's my driveway connected to my garage, that's to my property. Yup, exactly. So yeah. Alright, what's the weather like, guys, where you guys are at, though, today? Glad you're doing good today, Anthony. I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much for asking. Today was a pretty chill day. Went to my grandmother's house, cooked some food for her, and then that's basically it. To go downtown. That's basically it, guys.
You work half of the day with me.
Yeah, I worked half the day with my mom. That's basically it. So yeah, highlight of the day is definitely the live stream. So shout out to you guys on the Uniquely Mia community for your support. Really do appreciate it. Jake said, oh yeah, congratulations, I'd seen you opening the package on the street. Yeah, that was really cool. It was really cool to open, to get the package like that, right? That was really cool. Did not expect it at all. I'd just be posting to post for fun and to provide recommendations for y'all, and kabam, they were like, you want me to send me some products? I was like, yeah, send me some products. So that was really cool. really cool. What do we? It's saltfish. Like, how did you know? Right? She's obsessed with saltfish. I can't stand it. I don't like it. Drake was like, "What'd you cook for Gran? Saltfish." Exactly.
Saltfish and black eye cook up.
Yes, saltfish and black eye cook up.
Stew saltfish on the side.
Yeah.
With black eye cook up, and that black eye cook up was hitting.
My mom made the black eye cook
Yeah,
up.
that black eye cook up.
I just couldn't do it. I was like, I don't want no saltfish.
And
I
my
don't want
mom
that.
ate, and you know something tastes good because while she's eating, she look up at me. Her 2 eyes look what's
Really?
the glasses.
That's funny.
You cook this? It tastes nice.
That's funny. No, you know what happened with Grania? We were away on vacation on a European adventure. Really, really awesome. Go check out the full nutritional YouTube videos. But she didn't get our food for a few weeks. I say our food, my mom's food. She didn't get my mom's food for a few weeks, guys. So literally now that we're back and actively cooking for her again, she's missed the taste of the cuisines and the flavors of the food, because I know Gran, she was probably buying food out almost every other day or every 2 days when we were not here with her, guys. So she missed the food for sure. Jake said, you should know by now that I know you guys well. But she loves saltfish. Like, literally the other day, my grandfather went to the supermarket, and he came back, and he had like 4 containers of saltfish to put in the fridge. I'm like, what? That's a lot of saltfish. That was not good. So guys, let's go in with these 2 products. These are the products that I'm going to be using. This is the Sapphire Strength Mega Grow, and then this is the 10 Quick Nail Salon Hacks. We're going to put the Sapphire on my right hand and the 10 hacks on my left hand, and we're going to test it throughout the week, do like a wear test. The bottle's pretty cool, honestly. It's blue. It's a blue bottle. They just wrapped it. They're good with the packaging, right? So it's very watery, the application of it. I'm not mad at it. I think I'm gonna go in with 1 coat as the base coat, and then we're gonna add the color polish on top. One thing that I'm happy about, the Sapphire, guys, it doesn't have a strong chemical smell. I hate strong chemical smells with my nail polishes. So now we're gonna go in with the 10 Quick Salon Hacks on the left hand. This one's a little more thick. It's much, it's more thicker.
What Drake had, Domino pizza?
Yeah, Domino's with buffalo wings.
Man, that sounds so good, but
last time you tried to order that was expensive in New York.
Oh yeah, it was, right?
That's the only thing, guys. Well, you have the credit. You have the DoorDash, $10. Has it been added up?
Oh, I didn't even check. I don't know. Where is it on my phone?
Yeah, it's on the it's on that DoorDash, Mom.
You want pizza?
I don't care.
Today is Friday.
I don't want to wash dishes. I have to wash enough dishes at Mom's house. So
everyone, hello.
We got Queen Mother here. So
Drake mentioned Domino's. Domino's needs to send Drake some free items. Because he's mentioned Domino's and Domino's.
Yeah, you often do that, Drake. Drake, you need to email Domino's and let them send you some free products.
Domino's Drake Friday meal. I was gonna go and make some. I have some chicken season up for y'all. Y'all don't want that?
I don't even see your money. Where's your wallet? I think you might have to try it. Like, put in the order like you order something and see if you got money on.
But you said it was only $10.
But it was $10 every month. They said they were adding, and you haven't used it yet.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's added up, accumulated. Because I don't think it's Uber Eats. I think it's DoorDash. Let me Google it. I think it's DoorDash. They add the money to. If you're wondering who's they, guys, it's the card that I've been telling you guys about. They add like monthly money to a food app. Let me see. Yeah, it's DoorDash, Mom.
Oh yeah, I ordered some ink and I sent it over there. Some printer ink.
Where's my ink? Okay. Yeah, it's DoorDash. But what are you guys saying? Cats asks, Mia, my grandparents like to travel. Do y'all have plans to travel with them? Yes, they do like to travel. Like the video, subscribe to see in the future if we have plans to travel with them.
Surprise coming up.
Yeah, like the video and subscribe to see if we have plans to travel with them. But yeah, they like traveling, but they only like going to select few places, guys. So yeah.
Trying to get them to come on a cruise.
Yeah, we're really trying to get them to go on a cruise because my grandfather, he wants to go on a cruise. My grandfather spoke about a cruise literally like when I was in high school. He mentioned it and then he stopped talking about it because my grandmother, she's afraid of water, terrified, right? But then the other day, my grandfather was like, I want to go on a cruise. He was like, let's go on a cruise. And my mom was like, you're serious? Right? So we got to get grandfather and grand-grand on a cruise. And then when we came back from our European adventure, guys, my grandfather had his suitcase packed. My grandfather pointed to my mom, was like, look, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. We ready. We packed. So that was really funny because me neither. But I guess my mom said my grandparents watch my YouTube videos a lot. Yeah, shout out to you guys. So I guess by watching our Europe adventure videos, they saw what we were doing and they're like, we need to go on a vacation too. They said, I guess. But it was funny. We literally came back from vacation and my grandfather pointed to my mom and was like, you see the suitcase in the living room, right? It's packed. We're ready to go. So that was funny. But yes, we are in the future. Perhaps we may be going on another adventure with my grandparents. So stay tuned for that, guys.
Not everyone can come.
Yeah.
Gotta do those hours.
Yeah.
That's why it's nice when you work for yourself.
That is true. So yeah.
But Stu won't be able to come.
Yeah, Stu will not be able to come. Bianca, we don't know if she's able to come or not. We don't know yet. H is not able to come, right? So yeah. Travel as much as we can this year, guys, because next year and at the end of this year we're back into a new degree program. So in that one, I don't think we'll be able to do anything fun for that degree program for lengthy periods. But in the future for sure. So yeah, we'll see who makes it. Kat said also, what did you do with your wand? Where did you display it? I actually still have my wand. It's in my room. For the next live stream, we'll have it out when I do my live stream from the Unique Lamia studio. But I didn't display. You know what I want to get? I think Stu told me about the idea. You know the nails that they put in the, like on the nail hooks so you can hang the wands up? I think I want to get those because right now I just have it like on the floor of my room in the box. I know, you have it on the floor of your room in the box, but that's what I don't know where else to put it. I don't want to put it like on my window shelf because my windowsill because that's already filled up with pictures and stuff. But I also want to be able to see it, and then I could put it like on my bed head, but I have my books there, right? So I think I need to get like the nail hooks and just hang it up there. So I have my mom's. My mom literally bought her wand just for the experience of the Harry Potter studio, but I don't care. Hey, I got 2 wands now. That's what I'm saying. 2 wands. But I'm not letting nobody touch it. I showed G my wand. I'm scared for him to touch it. Little kids are rough, guys. They are rough because they will break the stuff, man. So my nephew, when I got my wand, he was not allowed to touch it at all. Because they're too rough. Little kids. I don't know if it's little boys or whatever, but little boys are rough. Okay, so... Really, Drake? Really? Is this a Harry Potter jug? It is not jug. It is a Harry Potter wand. Now I really wish I had my wand out right now. But it's in my room. The next live stream, I'll have it out for you guys. But if you guys are eager to see it before the next live stream, check out I dropped the full instructional YouTube video about it. So yeah, my mom got Albus Dumbledore's wand. And she didn't even know it was Dumbledore's wand. Like, I feel like she definitely resonates with the headmaster for sure. Because when we were outside the Harry Potter studio, she was like, I like the wand. And then we went inside the Harry Potter studio. She was like, she liked the wand. And when I read the box, I was like, this Albus Dumbledore's wand. And she's like, the headmaster, like, yeah. She's like, give it to me. It's mine now. And I wound up getting the Ravenclaw house wand. Yes, I am a Slytherin. I know that. But, I didn't want a snake as my wand. That's the only thing I don't like about Slytherins. Why is your logo a snake? I can't do that, but I was able to push through it for the hoodie, so I do have that on my hoodie. But for the wand, I do like the Ravenclaw wand, and I guess it somewhat resonates with me. If I wasn't a Slytherin, I would be a Ravenclaw because on my wand there's an inscription, and it says something along the lines of like, for people who like learning, happiness will be found or whatever. So I learn a lot. I mean, like behind me. So Well, I definitely immerse myself into the world of learning, right? Both academically and outside of the academic setting. Check out my YouTube videos for that. So I guess Ravenclaw does resonate with me for the house wand as well. Drake said, "Hey, Nicola Mom, I missed you. Well, the last time I had it was during the snowstorm, so that's kind of good." Wow. Okay, yeah. So you took a break. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Glad you could be here. What's your name? Sai, how are you doing today? You look like Uniquely Mia. Well, great thing I look like her because I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. How are you doing today? The wand is for nerds. You know what? I am a nerd. I'll take it. As I always say, that just means we're constantly learning, right? And hey, nerds have a lot of fun then. If the wand's for nerds have a lot of fun because I had a blast at the Harry Potter Studios. It was a blast, guys. Super duper fun. Jake said, "Man, I just wish you would have tried the butterbeer." Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you guys wanted a butterbeer review. I didn't try it. You know what? I saw butterbeer. Like when we were at the Harry Potter Studios, I saw it. I just didn't walk to see the price of it. But I can still try it because they have Harry Potter stores in New York. So it's in Manhattan. So I can go there and get butterbeer and I can try it for you guys and give a review. So it's like $5 a bottle. So I saw it before. So I'll take a screenshot of that because I can, it's on 14th Street around that area. So I can go there and just pick up a bottle and try it for you guys. So yeah, it's probably cheaper in America than it is in the UK anywhere with those pounds. So I'll try and give a review. I'm fine. Okay. You went tuition. Okay, parked your bike. Forgot to put it on the stand. Haha, I fell down in front of 5 to 6 uncles. That's not good. Are you okay? It was awkward, but yeah, it happens. Yeah, that happened to me before. I always tell you guys, I was moving in one year, and when I was moving in to campus, I fell flat on my face. Luckily, it was only in front of 2 people, and they asked me if I'm okay. I was like, no, I'm not okay, and then I ran away. That was actually my fault that it froze for a second. I had a timer and I had to turn the timer off. But we are back. Kat said, "I feel like if you like butterscotch, you like butterbeer." I don't think I've ever had butterscotch before. It's basically foamy, carbonated liquid butterscotch. It doesn't sound the best, but I will try it. Since I've never tried it before, I will try. I tell you guys the first time I ever saw butterbeer in the store, I didn't get it because, like, I thought it had alcohol in it. Don't bash me. In the movie, it did have alcohol in it. If you've seen Harry Potter movies, right? They did have beer in butterbeer in the movie. So when I saw it in the store, it was in a beer bottle and all that. And I don't drink alcohol, so I actually had to Google it. And when I came home, I Googled, I was like, oh, they don't have beer in it. So I can now drink it. So next, I'll go to Manhattan and I'll get a bottle of it and I'll try it for you guys. Because I don't think I've ever had butterscotch. A butterscotch soda's fire, Drake said. Okay, I'll try and see. Hey, Daniel, how are you doing? Welcome back. Oh, yeah, OMG. Yeah, cringe moments happen, but yeah, at least you get something to laugh about it later. Yeah, it is funny sometimes after the fact, for sure. Yeah, your false story is bad, and Cam's false story is terrible, man. I just hope she's okay. She's actually okay, but that's not even funny what happened to her when she fell down. That part is like, what in the world? Stay away from treadmills, but that was scary for sure. Kat said, yeah, the texture is great. Okay, I'm just not a huge butterscotch fan, but I still drank it. And that's a huge thing for me. Okay, cool, okay. So I'm excited to try it now and see what I think about it. To renegade stem cells. Regenerate stem cells. You're regenerating stem cells, Daniel? Fasting for 24 hours do that? Wow, that's interesting. Kat said, I know foamy doesn't sound appealing, but foamy like root beer. I've never had root beer either. I know what you mean foamy. It kind of looks like soap, right? That's the best way. Like, I've seen it in movies. I've never drank anything that was foamy before, but in movies I see it. So I see that. Hey, Blank. The makeup looks all grown up. What? It's a filter. I like to put that disclaimer in, right? I'm big on like body positivity and all of that, as long as your body positivity is healthy for a healthy lifestyle, right? 600 pounds is not body positivity, right? Body positivity is being comfortable in the body that you have as long as you are healthy, right? So yeah, if that includes wearing makeup and etc., but I like to put that disclaimer that this is a filter that I have on, right? So I'm not sure what you mean with Mia all grown up now, though. I mean, I don't get that one. I mean, yeah. But okay. Jake said, Mia definitely thought ginger beer was beer, too. I actually don't know. I just know I never probably liked it because it had ginger in it.
What?
Did I ever think ginger beer was beer?
Oh, you don't like ginger beer because it's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hot. I don't know if I actually ever thought it was beer, though.
Good ginger beer.
It's nasty how much
Oh,
it
it
was so funny. That call, yeah. So we were at the bank today, too, guys. I forgot. We went to the bank today, and a woman, you know Queen Mother, she like being chatty with people. So she was chatting with the teller, and the teller looked at me, and she was like, "What grade are you in?" I was like, What do you mean what grade I'm in? Because the call was just so baffling. Like, people never asked what grade I'm in. It's like in a really long time. And then my mom was like, who? And my mom looked at me and she was like, she's gonna be a PhD student too. She's not in a grade anymore. I should have said 20th grade, so I know I don't look old, right? I'm always happy to, and the teller was apologize. I'm like, don't apologize, right? But she was apologizing. I'm sorry. But like, I like moments like that reiterate that I don't look old, right? And guys, I be dressing comfortable, and sometimes when I dress comfortable or comfortable, I look even more like a high school student, I guess. It was really funny, though. It was really funny because the woman was just like, "What grade are you in?" And I know my face did something. I know I made a weird facial expression. Because what do you mean?
You should critique the customer service.
But no, Wells Fargo is so great. Wells Fargo's customer service, 10 out of 10. It is top tier, guys. Top tier. Even the setting or the ambiance, as my mom will say. They painted it black. It's like it's not contrasting on the eye, right? Because my eyes are sensitive. I guess I say my eyes are sensitive because I don't wear my glasses all the time. So when I go into certain spaces without my glasses, it can hurt my eyes, right? That's why 9 times out of 10, I always wear shades because outside when it's sunny, it'll hurt my eyes if I don't, right? So Wells Fargo did not hurt my eyes at all. We went into Chase. What do you mean? Chase, it does not look good at Chase. Cause customer service, they were okay. They weren't terrible, right? It wasn't the best, but it was just mid. I have no reviews for them.
What made Wells Fargo?
Wells Fargo was really good because they were smiling at you, right? They were like, as soon as you walked in, they were helpful. They were asking you questions when you were leaving. Have a great day. Like, they made you feel comfortable. Thank you for coming, etc. Right? And I've always experienced that at all the Wells Fargos I've been to. And then Chase was okay. And then Citibank, they didn't say nothing to you at Citibank. It just looked at you.
Citibank just be until you go up to the counter, then they want to give you a little respect.
I'm not hungry.
This wasn't for you. I'm just sharing my dinner with the chat. This is
why are you using this plate? I gave you this plate yesterday. You upset, and now you're using it now.
Yeah, this is some stewed okra with some brown rice. I just stewed it up with some tomatoes and garlic.
You guys see my mom's food? It froze. I think when my mom was showing you her food, but she made okra and etc. It was good.
Yeah, so I said I was apologizing for interrupting your review. So I have some stewed okra. I stewed it up with garlic and onions and tomato and some brown rice. Mia and Stu had curry chicken. Yeah, so customer service, go ahead.
So yeah, customer service, Wells Fargo is easily a 10 out of 10. Citibank, didn't say nothing to you at Citibank. Chase, it was midpoint, I guess 5 out of 10 then. I mean, I have no complaints, right? They tried.
Chase tried, but it
doesn't feel natural. Yeah. It's like Wells Fargo, I feel like they have to get paid very well. Because it just felt natural. That's I don't know.
Well, the boss told them you better have incredible customer service. They trying to change their image.
Yup.
And the branch looks futuristic.
Yeah, it does. It looks luxury, I think. I don't know. Compared to Chase and Citi, it doesn't look like a bank. It didn't. Wells Fargo did not look like a bank compared to Chase and Citibank.
But the new one?
Yeah, even the one in Manhattan looks like that.
Similar?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Daniel said, I just want to know why so many scientists were serially killing the youth. Yeah, you saw that news article too. I saw that news article too. My answer?
You're onto something.
Exactly. They found the cure for cancer. That's it. That's it. I'm not saying nothing. Government, I don't know nobody. Stay away from me. All right? So, yeah. But that's what happened. They found the cure to
They're
cancer.
messing with the drug money.
Yup.
The legal drug money.
Yup. Somebody said some of them were working on anti-gravity. Jake said they love ginger beer. It's so delicious. Yeah, my mom likes it. I can't do it. It's like it burns your throat. How do y'all do that?
If I'm eating a piece of black cake. Other than that, I cannot say ginger beer, especially the strong one.
Yeah. Hey, Cam. How are you doing today? Drake, you don't like okra? Cam likes okra? Yes. Okra is the best. It's so good. Love me some okra. It's good.
I have to cook okra for you. My okra is not slimy. I have to prepare okra and I bet you
It be slimy?
Yeah, normally slimy. And you cannot use the frozen okra, Drake. You have to use fresh okra.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh okra. Do not use frozen.
But how are you doing today, Cam, and everyone else who just joined the stream? What'd you guys do today? What'd you eat? Would love to know. Always a pleasure when you guys are on the Unique with Mia channel. It is Manicure Friday. There's also a Q&A or questions and answer, question and sharing ideas. So if you guys have a comment, question, concern, feel free to type in the chat. I'd be more than happy to answer it for you guys. So the manicure up until this point has been entirely, I've only been using Nail Aid products, but now with the colored nail polish, this is no longer Nail Aid. This is Pop Arazzle. Arazi is the name of this. Araz. It has an I at the end though. I don't like when people play with names like that. But yeah. Okay.
Is that a Made in America company?
Yeah, Nail Aid is a Made in America company / brand, which I think is pretty cool. You don't find a lot of Made in America brands / products, and it works really well. I guess they still upcharge you because, as I said, it is $5 a bottle. So if you guys were to buy this from the store, like all the things that I have, it'd probably be $15. They'd probably charge you, well, $20 since I have 4 items that I received. So yeah, but I do like it. I think it's pretty good, honestly. As I said, I've been using, before they sent me these products, I've used them since I was in undergrad, like the first year of undergrad, I found it. So it's like 5 years now. It took 5 years for me to get something from them. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, you didn't become adult overnight, did you?
What do you mean?
Did it not take you time to grow from a baby?
Okay.
That's why. You have to work at things and but don't give up.
Okay, anyway, Jake said, I've been saying, yuck ever since Cam said it. now I see anybody say, oh, I get what you're saying. TikTok, yeah, there's a meme on TikTok where a girl, she ate something nasty and she was the way she was like, yuck, she said it so funny. So yeah, you reminded me of the meme. Daniel said, I just went, to a sales, base job, marketing executive, very hectic, talking to people, convincing them why this insurance is good. Hey, well, insurance is a money maker, so need to convince to make money.
Is the easiest thing to sell.
So, yeah.
Give me any insurance and I'll sell it to anybody.
We'll sell it to a billionaire so you could become rich. So, that's what happened. What happened?
You always gotta throw jabs.
No, because it's true. You always be saying stuff is so easy, but then you're not doing it. So go sell it to a billionaire. So, what are you saying? Cam said it's like the perfect roll of the tongue expression for something behind Nancy. I can't deal with the way she did it in the meme, though, was very, very funny. I don't think I could try and do it. But if you guys haven't seen the meme, definitely Google it or TikTok or YouTube it. It's really funny, guys. So these are the nails. I'm just waiting until these grow out and I could have like my free edge back with my nails out, and I'll have like something hanging over my fingertips because I can't do this. It's too short. But Queen Mother would like to know if anybody's planning anything for the summer. I do know that in the past, some sporters have shared that they're going to Canada, Florida, etc. But what about everybody else? Any plans for the summer, etc.? Love to know. How much insurance costs in the U.S.? I don't know.
What type of insurance?
What type of insurance, Danielle? Daniel said healthcare, specifically in the U.S., will make people poor. Everything makes people poor in the U.S., man. So all you gotta do is choose your debt, guys, because you're gonna go into debt one way or another. So I chose to go into debt with education and travel.
One way or another. Not necessarily go into it, you'll experience it.
Oh yeah.
Because in life, it's good to experience to know what it is and do everything to avoid getting back there.
Yeah.
But that's a good way. That's an honest way to look at it because a lot of people don't really pay attention to it, but they just experience it.
Yeah.
And they ask themselves, how did they get there?
Yup. So at least you know where your money goes when you spend on what you want, rather than random things, guys. Legendary glasses. Thank you. Glad you like my glasses. Yeah, I got them about a year ago, so do like them.
You told them you found your glasses in Europe.
Oh yeah, in Europe I also did find my Burberry glasses that I wanted. So I found.
You found it the last day, right?
Yeah, I found it the last day we were there. So I got 2 of them. I'm getting the prescription changed, so I have to test and see if the prescription is actually a good one that I like. And then once it's good, I'll add it to this glasses and my other pair that I have. So yeah, if I like the prescription. If not, I'm just gonna put my old prescription in my glasses. Because I don't know how you go to the eye doctor every year and they're like, your prescription is changing every year. That don't make no sense. You're the doctor, but it's not for the eye doctor, it's a technician. But like, that don't make no sense to me. So I have to test it and see if I actually like it still, even though they tell me this is your new prescription. Cam said, well, if you can afford it, it won't make you poor. It will only make you poor if you're already poor. I don't know. I don't internalize the word poor or debit because not everyone gets in those situations. I guess I can understand that perspective, Cam. Yeah, I would more so add on, say, the type of insurance you get, too. So, yeah, I guess I can understand. Yeah, because if you get life insurance or it's not life insurance, I guess it doesn't necessarily make you poor because it's like you're contributing to money that you can use later in life if you want, or somebody in your family will get it, right? When you pass away, so you're celebrating that somebody passed away, you get money. I don't like that idea. So I guess in that idea, it doesn't necessarily make you, quote unquote, poor in that sense. But I guess for car insurance, right, if somebody can't afford it and they still get it, then maybe that's not the best economical decision, right? Yeah. Drake said, but back to okra, I can only do fried okra. I've never had fried okra before.
I fry okra all the time.
I think he means fried, like French fries, fried.
Crunchy?
Yes.
Well,
If it's boiled or steamed, it's slimy. That's like, yeah, my mom doesn't boil it. She steams it, but she steams it dry, so it's not slimy.
Yeah, I fry it up with tomatoes and onions and stuff. I don't put any batter, and it has taste. I love fried okra.
I think you mean saute okra, Mom. I think when he says fry okra, they mean fry like fries, like crispy.
Like
You saute it. You saute it. You don't fry it.
You don't see what
Mom, you saute
You
it.
telling me you're a cook?
Mom,
Pay attention.
you talking with the Caribbean thing in your head. Then you guys say you fry stuff up when you just saute stuff up in a pan.
You a sous chef.
You don't fry nothing.
You're a
She
sous
don't
chef.
fry
Sous
anything.
chef.
Oh my
Prep
God.
chef, prep. Miss
She
prep,
don't
prep, prep.
fry anything. Why you put your plate up there? Go wash your
trying to-
plate.
Judge my cooking as if you know how to cook.
So,
You don't know what I be doing. I be frying stuff in front of you and you don't even know. You talk about I be sauteing it.
okay, don't tell me do nothing no more for you.
You and your fancy words.
Don't tell me, guys. She doesn't fry anything. She doesn't fry. She says fry. It's Caribbean lingo. She sautés it in a pot. Daniel said education feels like a huge scam because when you finish education, you don't get a job because you don't have experience in the job. So there is a huge distance from academic knowledge to knowledge riches. I can definitely talk on that, Daniel. That is definitely a topic of discussion that I would sue the government for if I could, right? So look at me, right? Society tells people go and get a bachelor's degree and you'll get a job. I got my bachelor's, right? I got it with a 4.0. And where was the job when I graduated my bachelor's degree? It wasn't there, right? Then I decided, let me go on and get some master's degree. I didn't get one, but I got 2 master's degrees. All right? Got 2 master's degrees. So I will say, I guess my experience has been a little different. I've been applying. I just apply to fun sometimes, but I did apply to some things. And I was able to get pretty far in some things, but ultimately they're like, you know what? No, it's not for you at this moment of time, right? So personally, I decided to go and enroll in a new program, a PhD program, where I will get another degree, right? So, whereas this is the world of 2026 for you, right? And if I was my age with my academic background in my mom's era, right? When I say her era, this is her era, but like when she was my age, I would have been making bank. I would have been rich, okay, with 2 master's degrees if I was in the 1980s. I don't need to go back to school ever again in my life, right? So it's just the current job market, the way that it is, right? And the emergence of technology and AI. AI replaces a lot of jobs. AI makes things a lot easier. And nepotism exists in all forms, right? So I never try to bash nepotism. Yes, it sucks. It sucks when it doesn't work in your favor. And I don't know nobody in the corporate world for nepotism to work in my favor, right? At this moment of time, right? Hopefully one day I do know somebody. I'm going to use it. You use it too, right? But nepotism oftentimes gets people the jobs. It's not impossible to get it without like the entry level experience, right? And you gotta understand how to add stuff to your resume. I'm learning how to add stuff to my resume because as you as you get your degree, that is your work experience, right? You take classes, you work on projects, right? You may have had a job while you were in grad school and undergrad school. You gotta edit your resume every time you apply for a job. When you apply for a job, you're not just using the same resume all the time, guys. You're tailoring that resume. You're thinking about the prior classes you've taken. You're thinking about the job that if you worked at Forever 21, you're thinking about that and you're seeing how that applies to the job you're applying and you tailor your resume for that, right? That idea, Daniel, oftentimes people often say that to try to encourage people not to get degrees, but I don't listen to that because you know what? Think about it this way, right? Some people may decide, like myself, to go to immerse themselves into the world of getting academic degrees and getting degrees, right? Whereas other people are like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to sit at home and I'm just going to try and apply for a job. I'm not going to try and get another degree. Or you know what? I'll just try and when I'm lucky, I'll just get this job and I'll work my way up. I rather not have the job. I rather just go and get more degrees and get that knowledge and that experience within the degrees because one day there will be an opportunity for me, right? And when I get that opportunities, my degrees will allow me to make the big bucks and I'll never have to go back and do this. And let's say once I get all the degrees that I want, if I'm still finding difficulty finding a job that will pay me what I'm worth, I will have the degrees and I will have the knowledge to create something of my own where I don't have to work for somebody, right? So yeah.
You forget two things too.
What?
The higher degree you get, right, and you apply for jobs, you become competition for whoever's in charge. Probably don't even have
Exactly. So that's a valid thing that my mom said, right?
I'm gonna hire you, and then you already have all these degrees.
Exactly. So there's something known as being overqualified and underqualified. I feel like my difficulty and a lot of other people's difficulty in the world of 2026, there was a time where we were underqualified for a lot of stuff. And now, particularly for me, I'm overqualified for a lot of things. As my mom said, I will apply for a position, right? But then the person who would be hiring me, the person who would be my boss, they just have a bachelor's degree. Why? Because they got hired in 1970. They got hired in 1980 when a bachelor's was the standard, was the gold standard. A bachelor's has become the new high school degree.
And then another thing that makes you gotta read your comments. Another thing too to consider is you have a job. Because while you're about to start your other program, you will be working in that program as well. You're a YouTuber. That is a job. You work as my assistant, and you get paid. That is a job. So it's not a job that where your degrees that you earn, they say, okay, well you should be getting paid this immediately. But isn't it beautiful that the income that you are receiving, you are able to continue your education, and you are not depriving yourself of things that you want. Or things that you need.
Yeah.
So okay. So, and then the trading. So you will always getting a job is just about making money.
Yeah.
And there's different ways you make money. You work for yourself, and that's what you're doing with your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You're learning the trading business. That's what you're doing. You understand?
Yeah.
So you have a job. So don't ever let anybody tell you that you do not have a job. You have a job, and one of the most your pleasure is your main job is as a student.
Yeah. Cam said that's true, Daniel, but that also depends on which type of education you choose. Some levels of education includes experience. I can talk on that topic forever. Okay, cool. My degrees alone will automatically get me a job. I feel like if you stop at a bachelor's, you're cooked. The higher the program, the better you are, depending on the field. Yeah, that's valid too, but I also think it depends on it just depends on the job market too. Because if you look at other people in my family, like I told you guys in the past, in my immediate family, I am the first to have a to have a master's degrees, right? Everybody else in my family has a bachelor's, but like I'm the first to have a master's, not one but two in my immediate family, right? But it also depends in the era in which you graduate. Because if you look at my sister, she has a job and she just has a bachelor's degree. And if you look at what she's able to do with just her bachelor's degree and the income she makes from her job, that's pretty cool. You see where she lives, you see the stuff that she does, the stuff that she buys. That's like that I want to be doing, right? And even more. So that's pretty cool, right? And she just has a bachelor's degree, right? But I guess she works in the right market and she was hired at the right time for the right job market, right? So it also depends on that too, right? So yeah.
And you
Um
will be there and above soon. You will
Cam
be there.
said,
Don't ever
and
feel as though you will
also,
not be there. Let me tell you, nothing in life. You know how long did it take you to earn your degrees?
yeah,
You didn't earn your degrees overnight.
yes.
And you could walk into McDonald's or anywhere and you can get a job. Anybody can get a job, but you don't want a job. You want a career.
Oh yeah, that's
It's a
true.
big difference. Anyone, there's lots of job out there that you can just go and get, but you don't want that because you educated yourself, you earn your degree, and you walk on a certain level which you are looking for your career. You know your career. You want your package deal so that you can do this and do this and do that.
Yeah.
You're not just settling for any little things. You have standard. That's the difference.
Yeah. Cam said, and also, okay, read that one. Internship, fellowship, shadow, and research assistant, publishing, all those things are experience. That is true, yep. Daniel said, if you don't have good network like family and friends working on a mutual job, can ask your family friends to get reference so you get job pilot. You got to be very careful with that too, because sometimes you ask family and friends to get references. Just because they're your family and friends doesn't mean they really want to help you, right? Like, yeah, it doesn't mean they really want to help you in the best way possible. And then you never know what they're recommending you to, right? So what if you get in that position and something can happen, you don't do a good job, right? So, and that's reflecting negatively on them as well. So yeah, I'm always like, if you have the ability to use the networks that you have and you know they're willing to help you, right, and it's something that you are qualified for, you want, go ahead and use those networks, right? But you always got to understand, you can't rely on that, I feel like. But there are some family members and some people who just have the family and have the network and they can rely on it, and it's pretty good for them, right? So yeah. Drake said, my resume is good. I'm not even gonna lie. Cam said, networking is also top tier too. These days, if it's who you know, not what you know, that is true.
Always. That's always
Yeah.
been a fact.
Doing degrees, it's just delaying unemployment. That's it, I guess. Doing degrees isn't delaying. It's not delaying unemployment because, as I said, and as other people in the chat has said before, Daniel, when you are getting a degree is a job within itself. For my new program, guys, they put a restriction on how many hours you can work at another job because it's a job within itself, right? So, yeah, particularly the higher you get with an academic institution and an academic career to get a degree, that is a job within itself. So it's not delaying unemployment. Don't let anybody ever make you think that getting a degree, being in college, being in graduate school, being in law school, med school, PhD school is delaying unemployment, right? Because I am confident enough to say getting a degree, going through the process of acquiring a degree is much harder than working at a job. Because when you work at a job, you get repetition. You get comfort. You get repetition in doing this over and over and over again. You get a salary. You get all this. When you enroll yourself in an academic program, 9 times out of 10, you are paying to be there. If you were in college or if you were in grad school, you're paying to be there. If you fail, you lose money, right? And yes, there may be repetition with the reading of like textbooks, the writing of exams. However, there's a lot of uncertainty because you got to study for those stuff. So it's not repetition. It's saying, hey, if you get it wrong, you're okay. If you get something wrong at your job, depending on the type of career you have, particularly you work in the government, you can get probation period. You're not going to get fired immediately. You can get off the probation period. You do bad one time, particularly in a grad program, or 2 times in a grad program, you're out. It's not like that, right? So it's not delaying unemployment. I'm fairly confident that getting a degree is much harder than working at a job, and I will stand by that. All right. So yeah. Cam said, I don't agree with that, Daniel. Like I said, it depends which degree you get. My degree, I benefit from getting higher levels of degree. Yeah, for employment areas, the higher I go, the more money I'll make. Exactly, right? Basically, high knowledge, high risk. Moderate knowledge.
You guys get your degrees. It's better to have your degree.
Experience where it comes
with
with networking.
Yep. A job than
exactly, Cam.
Searching for a job.
Exactly. Yep, that's true.
Because there's lots of people out here that don't have job and do not have degree.
Exactly. Like, I'd rather have the degree than not have a job, guys. As my mom said, that's valid. There are people outside who don't have the degree and who don't have the job. If you like, when both of us are applying for a job together, I think I'm gonna get it because I have the degree, right? So have the degree, guys.
You know, sometimes people.
Oh yeah, that is true too. Yeah.
Oh well, why are you doing that and get the degree? That's something within themselves. Maybe they didn't do it. They didn't have the patience. They didn't have the stamina to just be patient and get all that. You know, so a lot of people like people to be the exact same way.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So that's what you always have to think. What works for somebody is not necessarily going to work for you. That's why it goes back to you have to know your unique self. As long as you know yourself and you know why you're doing it, I think you enjoy getting degrees, Mia. I think you're good at it, you enjoy it, and that's a passion. And in life, we have one life to live.
Yeah.
And if you truly enjoy, I know you don't enjoy the exams and stuff, but if you have an opportunity to do what you enjoy, you will reap the benefit later.
Yeah, and that's true. Like, I like learning new stuff. It's just those exams, guys. It gives me a lot of anxiety, as my mom said. But at its core, I like learning. Like, I really do like it. You just learn new things. And it's fun to learn new things, right? It's like my mom today, she gave me something to read, and I read it. But I'm like, when I was reading, I was like, that's kind of boring, right? When I'm in school, even though I may get tired from reading a lot of, like, 500 pages a week, I probably do that one week, but 50 pages for one thing. I get tired, but I'm never really bored, right? So it is fun, right? Even when I write papers, yes, it's anxiety inducing sometimes when you write papers, but I have fun when I write papers, right? So, yeah, so, like, I like learning, and as my mom said, do what you like. It's fun, ultimately.
And money will come later.
Yeah.
Money it's a difference if you're in a situation because we need money to survive, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
So if it's a difference if like you don't have a support system, that's why it's important. If you have a great support system, you're able to accomplish so much. And the sad part is not everybody have a great support system.
Oh
yeah,
that's
why a lot of people have to make certain choices. Sometimes they get their degrees in one area, but they have to wind up taking a job in a different area just to survive.
Yeah, that is true.
And I think that's what you have to pray that don't happen. Pray that God continue to have your support system so that you're able to say no to this and yes to that.
Oh yeah.
And recognize and realize it's because of your support system that you have so much opportunities.
Yeah.
The reality of a person your age, they probably don't have that system, so they have to do what they need to do that way work.
Yo, that is true, guys. Okay, let me read these comments. I know I probably fell behind. So let's take a break on painting our nails and see what you guys are saying. Drake said, yep, it's all about what you plan on doing. I think it's insane to go get a business degree in 2026, but if you want to be a doctor, it's no way around it. Business degree. Yeah, exactly. Cam said, I call them Mickey Mouse degrees because what is an art gonna do for 2026? Yeah, I do agree with that statement saying like there are some degrees that is just That's just like, okay, you got this now. What are you doing with it? But at the same time, I have a psychology undergrad degree, and I've experienced that on social media. People try to bash psychology a lot, but so I feel like every degree has its own unique thing. I feel like the issue comes in, as Cam said a little bit. If you're in 2026, you get an arts and music degree, and you're complaining you can't find a job, that's more so on you. But still, the knowledge you gain throughout the process in art, I feel like it could be interesting, right?
If they have an arts and music degree, now what they need to do is go and find out how to get the money in the grant,
Yeah.
take a chance, purchase a nice building, and create a fabulous art studio or something that I don't know. That
Hey, that boy.
pay for itself.
Exactly. How are you doing today, that boy?
Get a business degree, learn how to get the loans and the money, and start your own chains of restaurant. Look at it. How many fried chicken places they have and still making money?
Exactly.
Study which fried chicken places producing the most money. Chipotle in those places, and start your own chain of restaurants.
Yep, as Cam said, don't judge people who want to keep learning. Yeah, and don't judge people who don't want to keep learning. It's a personal decision. Exactly, right?
That's perfectly said. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfectly stated. Yep.
Nice. That's cool, Daniel. You have a degree in bioinformatics. That's very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
So what is it that
So what do you do, Daniel?
Why is he so sure that people are with degrees are just
higher
set up for
tier.
employment?
You go in education, the harder for you to find a job. Yeah, and it depends on which career path, as Cam said. So yeah, I agree with Cam's response to that one. Depends on which career path you go through. If you go into an oversaturated one, then yeah, right? But if you, and I feel like as people have said in the past, right? Like the higher degree you get, networking is very important, right? So that's something that I would definitely actively work on, right? Because
let me tell you something. It's always been competition.
Yeah.
Competition has always been around.
And I guess the reason why you say it's harder, Danielle, is because it becomes more selective because there's not a lot of jobs that's hiring for the high tier positions, right? So yeah. But my mom is true though, what she said.
Who you are, you know.
It like what she said too. She was like, there's always been competition, and that is a valid thing, right? So if anything, I would imagine, yes, it may be a little bit harder to get the job because it's less selective, but at the end of the day, that's where, okay, at least as Cam said, right, for your research interests are important in that situation, right? The relationships you build, right, in that situation, right? Because when you, at least for me, when you go into the mindset for my new program, you go into the mindset of saying, okay, when you graduate from this program, maybe I could work here too, right? So you're a coworker from day one, even when you're still a student taking classes, because that's the path that you were set on, right? When I had to do the interviews to get into the program, right? Based on the conversations I had with some of the professors, that was the mindset that I kind of got from them a little bit. They asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 6 years? Okay, you're already a coworker from day one when you get into that program, right? Even though you're still a student. So you do have to have professionalism. You do have to have a good work ethic, because once you get the degree and you're applying for jobs, those are the same people who are going to hire you or not hire you, right? So it all depends on what sector.
Once upon a time, I knew a person that always used to say that it was difficult. They went on a lot of interviews and it was difficult finding a job. People wasn't hiring them. And the person was very talented. And you know what I did? I helped that person create their own business. They started working for themselves. So you have to think, if you have a particular skill or education level or whatever, think about you were going to a company and begging a company to give you a job, to pay you this bare minimum. What is it that you'll be doing to that company? So if no one is going to hire you, think about creating your own company.
Yeah, that's true.
You would make way more.
Yeah.
That is true, guys. Nobody's going to work harder for you than you. So don't become discouraged that someone is not choosing you. You choose yourself. That's the beautiful thing about being an American and living in America. You have so many opportunities and everything is available to everyone.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to see it.
Yup, exactly. Working one. All right. That boy said, I'm glad it's Friday, Gigi, because I've just accomplished the most important thing ever and I'm proud of myself. Awesome, that boy. That's amazing. Since you didn't, I would love to know what you accomplished, but if you're not comfortable sharing, glad you accomplished it, right? That's super duper awesome. But welcome back, Cats. How's your workday going? You have about 20 more minutes and then you're free. If anyone has an art degree. I finally got my law enforcement degree. Congratulations, that boy. That's amazing. Jazz hands to you, that boy, Aunt. Awesome, awesome, super duper awesome. Jake is like, who's bashing psychology? I'll bash them. No, do not resort to violence. But it's just like the people on social media, right? And they're not, I don't think they're talking about you, Drake, because you're studying to become the psychologist, right? They're more so talking about people who have the bachelor's in psychology, right? Without who didn't decide to pursue the degree. They're always like, who in the world would get a bachelor's degree in psychology? It's the most useless degree. And I'm like, anytime I see those videos, I get so upset because I'm like, what do you mean? That doesn't make sense to me, right? Cam said,
to them because they can't see themselves
yeah,
in what they want to do.
exactly.
It's not useless to the person that got it because that person is a unique person. So
like,
unique.
Yeah, I need to use it as an example. You know, I mean, I like underwater basket weaving. That's funny. Glad you're doing good. Okay, about that. Hey, Evan, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Hey, Brandon. I dig and like the green Squidward nail polish. Oh, this one? Oh, thank you, thank you. I never even noticed it's like Squidward nail polish color, but I see it now. On your fingernails, very nice. I have a degree in fine arts from University of Arts in Philadelphia. Very amazing, very cool. You're going back to school next year. Congratulations, Brandon. That's awesome. What are you going back to school for? That's really cool. Cats asks, are you going to pursue more school, Aunt? Or are you looking for a job? That boy said, I'm well, Cam. Just finished 4-hour workout. Wow, 4-hour workout. Daniel said, as I studied from biology, competition is a negative spiral. Okay. Interesting. Would you like to do with fine arts? Read that. Drake said, but a person with a business degree will lose a job to me with no business degree. Wait, I have to read that over. But a person with, oh, okay, I read that wrong. But a person with a business degree, okay, will lose a job to me with no business degree, but have managerial experience. District manager, regional manager, school manager. Okay, store manager. Okay, yeah. So yeah, experience makes up for it, right? So yeah, I guess when I use that example, I was just using saying, for example, let's say somebody has a degree and somebody doesn't have a degree and they both have like the same level of work experience and no work experience at all. I would imagine the job is going to choose somebody who has the degree, right? However, as you said, Drake, it depends on the situation too and the corporation, right? That
experience because they don't want to train properly.
Yeah, like sometimes it depends on the situation too. Like sometimes they'll go ahead and they will choose the person who has the experience over the person who has the degrees, right? So yeah. That boy said they're gonna be a police officer, NYPD. Okay, cool, very cool. Well, be safe. Do not fall for the social control bonds that police officers have, particularly the negative ones.
Remember,
and you'll be great.
Don't run into bullets and run away from it.
That's what she said.
You run into crime area. You run out of it.
Yup. So yeah.
Say, is it over yet?
You didn't hear that from the Uniquely Mia family. But be safe, be smart, and be safe, that boy.
Okay?
Cute nails, thank you.
Take your time.
Cam said, but if you look at the 90s, it was easier to get a job because not everyone was getting degrees. Exactly. It's just more competitive now. Exactly. And that's what I said, right? If I was in the 90s and I had master's degrees.
Well, no, let me tell you. It wasn't, well, it depends.
It depends, Mom. I'm saying for me.
When I started out in life,
she didn't have a master's degree.
I used to be so
yeah.
disappointed.
Uh huh.
You know how many interviews I went on?
Yeah.
I went on a lot of interviews.
Mm.
It was hard finding a job. Sometimes it's just you just cannot get.
What was your education level when you did that, Mom?
What
was your education level? We're talking about education level with degrees and getting a job in the 90s.
I'm speaking about before I finished my degree.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about after you have a degree.
Yeah, but it's still the same because they wasn't asking. They was like they didn't reject you because you didn't have a degree or anything like that. That's the same. Now how, you know what? Let me tell you something. There's people that don't go to college, right? And they decide to go in the workforce, right? And they would go out there looking for a job, right? And it's going to be hard. They got a lot of denial, a lot of rejection. But they didn't give up. They kept going. And they finally got a position. It might not have been the position they wanted, but they got their foot in the door and they decided to work and do a fantastic job and they climbed up the ladder, right? But they did not, while doing that, they did not obtain the degree from school. And there's another group of people that decided to go to school. So you decide to go to school and get all the degrees possible, Then when you're finished, you come back to the workforce. What do you think is going to happen? You think you won't have to go through what that first group went through? It seems as though everybody go through it, but you just delayed your time. Just because you get the degree, depend on what you get it in now. If you it depend on what you get it in, a lot of people is not going to be knocking at the door. You're going to have to go through the same thing. Like, hey, I need this job. Sorry, we hired somebody else. I need this job. We hired somebody else. But the difference is you already have the degree. So once you get in there and you work really well, it's easier for you to move up in the workforce. But those people that's been there, sometimes they probably would be stifled. It's only so far they can go without the degree. So it's either they decide to go back to school. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like basically we all experience the same thing, but it's at different times.
Okay, yeah. What my mom said is all valid and good, but if you look at the statistics of it, it was much easier, most likely, to get a job back in the day in the 90s, right? So I still stand true by what I said. If I was in the 90s and I had my master's degrees, maybe I'll face a little bit of discrimination, more than I would face now, right? But even then, what was that? I forgot the name of it, but that affirmative action while hiring, it worked a lot back then than it does now. So I most likely would have had a job, right? By now, making a lot what I'm worth, what my degrees are worth, right? Compared to now in 2026. Anytime you open a news article, there's always people saying this is the worst hiring market ever, right? It is more competitive, as Cam said now. The emergence of AI has made things a lot more difficult, right? So it's a lot. Mom, I'm not discrediting, but it's a valid, honest fact. If you look at the statistics of it, it's a valid, honest fact. And you are speaking from the experience of somebody who did not have the degrees back then. You said it yourself. You had a high school degree. You didn't even finish high school at that point in time. I'm speaking from the point of somebody who is having these stuff, right? So it's just a different situation, right? My mom's getting personal about it because she's speaking from her own personal experience. And yes, it was very difficult for my mom to get a job, right? From her own personal experience. Even when she when she had a high school degree and when she got her bachelor's degree, it was still difficult for her to get a job, right? But that is just her instance, her situation. Yes, she faced discrimination. Yes, she still had to get the job experience and all that. But when you try to compare it to 2026, guys, and you just look at the statistics of it and other people's stories back then, degrees weren't that prominent back then as it is now. There's just more people who's educated now than in prior generations, right? We are like the most educated generation of all time, except for like ancient civilizations, right? We don't know what they knew. So yeah.
Why do you think
And I think that is because we just have more time. It's like if nobody's hiring you, right? And we just have more access. That's why we have more access to education. So we're getting educated. And I'm telling you why. It's because, one, we have more access to getting educated, right? The emergence of student loans and all this, it's more feasible for people to get this. Two, when you can't get a job, right, people are going to get educated again. Right, we can't get a job. And three, for some people such as myself, right, there is a good support system that pushes you to get these degrees, which is why most people, if you look at the modern era, most people are the most educated in the modern era, at least in America, compared to prior generations of things, right? So yeah. Jake said, so that's why I say business degree is pointless. It's kind of all about experience in that field. Okay. Unless you have enough to start a business fresh out of school. Yeah, I can see that perspective because the university that I went to, they really prioritize providing internships for business majors and nursing majors. And when I say prioritize, they gave them those internships. It was required for them to graduate, but they gave it to them too. So yeah, I can definitely see that. And most people who I went to school with who studied nursing or who studied business, they have a job. They got a job even before they graduated because they had those internships, right? And when you have an internship in an organization before you graduate, you can segue that into being a job. So yeah, there are just some degrees that they build in the job experience for them to get the degrees. So yeah. Cam said the people who don't understand why psych is important needs evaluation. Yeah, psych is a growing field. When you complain, your mom is crazy, who do you think's going to treat her? Exactly, right? And that is so true, right? That is so true, Cam. But as much as we have advanced in 2026 and in the modern world, we still have that ideals of, and I feel like people think psych isn't all that because, like you said, people don't know about it, Cam. They don't know a lot about it and what it truly means. But two, oftentimes, sometimes it's depending on the background of that person, they're holding on to that stigma, right? Speaking from a minority background, an African American background, right? Somebody who has ties to South American culture, Caribbean culture. I don't see mental health as a stigma. If I had a mental health condition, I'm going to speak to a therapist and get evaluated and get treatment. If I think I have a mental health condition, I'm going to speak to a therapist. I'm going to get treatment for it, right? If somebody else in my family has that same thing, I will tell them to do that. Will they do it though? Maybe not. Maybe not. Why? Because of the cultural ties, right? In minority groups, in African American culture, in Caribbean culture, in South American culture, they often view mental health as a stigma, but as a negative, as demons, as this person is crazy, right? They put all these derogatory names on it that I don't like, but it's just so ingrained into the culture. It's like I tell you, sometimes I'll be with my grandmother and she will say the most patriarchal thing, and she says it so continuously like it's just her breath of air, and sometimes I have to catch myself and I can't respond to her because I have to remember that my grandmother grew up in a country and she grew up in an era where it was like if you were a female, marrying a man and providing for that man and doing everything for the man was the way of life. And if you don't do that in her culture when she grew up, it was like you were nothing as a female. So sometimes when she says these patriarchal things, like I respond. Sometimes I can't catch myself, but sometimes I do catch myself. I'm like, you know what, girl, I'm just going to ignore you because that's just how you grew up, right? So it's the same thing with mental health in African American communities. And I'm sure Drake can speak more onto this because you study that. But like my mom said in Guyana, if you bought a property or if you bought a house, if you bought land in Guyana, even up until modern day, right, 2026, if you are a female, right, and you buy property, if you are married, while in that marriage, a man name have to go on the property. Even if you are your husband, not a man, your husband. Yeah, they will not sell it to you. So let's say my mom wanted to go to Guyana in 2026 and she wanted to buy a property, or she wanted to buy some land, right?
Well, from the government. And
right?
They know you're married.
And they know she is married. Even if my mom is just spending her money that she worked for, Stu's name would have to go on that. Even when it's my mom's money. Even if she's like, I don't want his name to go, his name would have to go because it's ingrained in the law of Guyana, right? So so when I heard that, I never knew that, but one of my mom told me, like, what? Like, what do you mean about this patriarchal? What do you mean this stuff is happening still? It's like crazy, right? It's crazy to me. Good thing that I like Guyana even before I knew about that. Otherwise, I probably would have not wanted to go there no more since I learned about that law. They need to change the laws in Guyana, right? They really do, because that's messed up in my book, right? But that's still valid. That's still a thing. So,
and even if your husband is not a born Guyanese.
Exactly.
They just know that you're married.
Yeah, psych is great. Love psych.
They just know that you're married. You have to get your husband in there to sign too.
Exactly.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy. It is crazy. Like especially if like it's just your money. Like it's crazy. And before people are like, hey, they're married. Whatever one person buys is automatically the other person. No, it's not, because money, like, yeah, you're married. You agreed to enter into a relationship. You didn't agree to share stuff, right? Especially if it's just your income that you're utilizing to get this one thing. No, it's not both of us. Even if you're married, you buy it. It's still mine,
it's a truly
right?
Good marriage.
So
if you married and let me tell you honestly, this honest answer. If you're married and you have a true partnership in the marriage, right, where both of you are working together and building together, then equally, of course, whatever you get is for both of you. But if you were in just a marriage...
You really want to say that, Mom?
What?
You really want to say that?
Yeah, I'm saying that. But if you're in a marriage where you're just existing and everybody... Because some people are married just existing, where each party are working, making their own money and do whatever they want with it, and the other person's working, doing what they want with it. They have no say in it or whatever. That's a separation. You're in a marriage, but basically it's a division there. So it depends on, is it a truly ideal marriage?
So do not complain about nothing, Mommy. Anyway, Camp said, oh, period. And why you switched to New York? Oh, you switched from the LAPD to New York? Oh, wow, that's cool. Hey, welcome from Miami Beach. Why'd you switch, as Cam said, though? Because it's better education, money opportunities. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Is New
Yeah.
York a breeze compared to LA?
Isn't my home wants to know if New York is a breeze compared to LA. Hey Raiders, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. What are you saying? How long can you go? How long can you go on how much fuel you have in your body? I heard that humans could survive. I don't know. I'm honestly, but just random. I think I heard somebody said a week. Humans could survive without food or water, like a week. Else you'll starve, but that's not good. I'm leaving school now. I'll only type at red lights. Okay, Drake. Well, shout out to you. Get home safely. Only type at red lights. Alrighty. But yeah, don't type it all. Get home safely. So yeah, have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Love the hair, looking very spontaneous and unique. Thank you. That boy said, I've just noticed that you have very high cheekbones. Do you know, thank you. Like, you know what? Going to Europe and doing all those walks, it really showed my cheekbones. Because when I was younger, when my mom used to get her makeup done and etc., people always used to tell me I had really great cheekbones. Right? And like after a while, you couldn't.
Say your cheekbones are greater. He just said it was high.
Well, it's high, which means it's great, right? That's good. So, but then what happened was I went to school and you eat a lot of junk food and you get face fat. Like your clothes don't fit you, but your face gets rounder. But going to Europe, we walk like 20,000 steps a day, and it slimmed out my face. So like, how do you know contour? Contour who? Like, this is natural. You see this? This is what people contour their face for right here. Like that's what they contour their face for. Like, thank you so much. Yes, I do have very high cheekbones, and I'm very proud of it. Anytime when I was younger, I used to go to, like, a modeling studio, even though they never signed me. They always complimented my cheekbones, for sure. So I do like it.
Well, you would have got signed if you don't give up. Maybe you need to make some appointments. And take your YouTube channel, but you don't give up. You gave up. That's what happened.
Oh, so I'll do it again. I will. So, yeah. I'll do it again. I feel like the main thing why is what? I can't make excuses.
You wasn't tall enough.
Yeah, I wasn't tall enough. But the reason why I haven't gone to any now, since I've been home, I haven't thought about it. As my mom said, but two, I need my hair to be straight. I can't have extensions in my hair when I go. I mean, I could, but my mom said when I go, it's best they see my natural hair. So when I straighten my hair again, I'm sure I'll look online and see if I can make some appointments and we can go together. Also, my mom will come with me. I have to get pictures, though. They want pictures. That's what stood in my way. It was pictures. I need to take pictures again. My hair need to be straight. And I need heels. I don't have heels anymore. I need to find the heels. So yeah. Jake said, yeah, that's true because my mom didn't go to college. My pops didn't either. Well, barber college, but you get my point. Yeah, and like a college degree isn't anything. Isn't everything. Okay, yeah. A college degree isn't everything. There are people who are super duper successful, right? Most people who are super rich, millionaires, billionaires, they don't have a college degree. And if they do have a college degree, they just start their own business, right? So yeah, when I speak, 9 times out of 10, guys, I should always put the disclaimer in. I speak from the perspective as somebody who has degrees because I try not to be biased, but I'm biased towards myself and anybody else who has degrees, because since I know the work that we put in to get the degrees, guys, I like to be biased towards us for us to get stuff when we have degrees, right? So I should put that disclaimer in. But I'm not discrediting the fact, if you're somebody who don't have degrees, that is 100% okay, right? If you have a successful business without the degree, hey, you're doing better than me. You're doing better than somebody else who has a degree, right? You're making a lot. You're probably happy. You have control over your own stuff. You have your own flexible schedule, right? So yeah. Like, you were knowledgeable within your own point. I was on TikTok the other day, and I saw a video of somebody who was like, they said, like, TikTok likes to put a lot of quotes, people like to make it, and they were like, why would I pay $80,000 a year to go and learn business from a college professor when that professor doesn't even have a business? That makes sense. If you want to learn business, you can't learn it from a professor. You could learn maybe how to do taxes and all that, right? Some of those professors have business, but the best way to learn how to do business is from somebody who has a successful business. And that person may have a degree or they may not have a degree, right? So yeah. So if you have both, that's even better, right? And that's what I think degree programs try to do, particularly at my school, when they gave those internships to the business majors. They taught them this stuff in the classes, but they also provide those internships so they could go to those jobs and to those people who have the businesses and learn from them, right? Brandon said, art therapy is my next step. Wow, that's interesting. I've heard of art therapy before. For example, I could help Army veterans, the young, and people with mental health. That's very interesting. Let me take a screenshot of that, actually. I gotta always think for the future. That's very interesting. Art therapy, mental health. That's very interesting. That's cool. How are you doing that? That's really cool. Raider said, we have all this great technology, but yet we've went nowhere as far as advancing human. I think we Raiders. I think we advanced. I think we did advance, right? But at the same time, I would caveat and I would instead say, or I would add on to say, we've advanced to the point where our advancement is leading to our own destruction, right? Because I once again, social media is a great place to learn a whole bunch of random stuff that you don't think about. But I heard somebody on social media said we only know like maybe 5 to 10% of history. The history that we know is only 5 to 10% of world history. Because remember, they say the Library of Alexandria that Alexander the Great founded was like the most well thought library ever. Like they said they had doctors who were performing surgeries that C-sections that we didn't think they performed back in the day. They had doctors who were performing stuff that we don't even know about to this day. The architecture that they knew, the knowledge that they knew. They said it was so great and it was all in the Library of Alexander, but when it burned down, we lost it, right? I'm under no belief that we are the most advanced society in all of thousands of years of human life. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense, right? So I do know that there were ancient civilizations, ancient empires who were more advanced than us, right? However, they were advanced in a different way, I think, right? They could have been technological advance, right? The world has gone through ice ages and all this different things, right? Millions of times. So who knows, right? But I think they were advanced in a different way. If anything, what I will make the assumption and say is that in 2026, our modern society is advanced technologically with AI and all this, right? However, at the same time, I always say when we advance so much, we're leading to our own destruction. AI is taking away so much water from humans, right? Technology is taking away all these jobs. It's like heating up the planet. If you believe in the Bible, as I always say, God is going to burn us next time. He's not going to flood us. And what happens when we heat up the planet? We're making our own destruction sooner, right? So, yeah, that's what I think. I don't think it has taken us nowhere. Because remember, back in the day, like in the 1900s, 1800s, people were dying because they didn't have penicillin. And now I'm allergic to penicillin, so I wouldn't have survived that. Thank you, God, for not making me alive in that era, because I would not survive that at all, right? But like, penicillin saves lives. It's not gonna save my life, but it saves some people's lives, right? So I think we have advanced a lot, but compared to ancient civilizations, we don't know. That boy said a great support system is great, especially when you're struggling. Exactly. You just made a valid point. Raiders, human races everywhere. Wait, I'm gonna. Oh, nice! You're going to Lagos, Nigeria this summer in June on the first. Very nice, very nice. Have an awesome time, that boy. Let us know what you do in Nigeria. What's the it things to do? What's the not it things to do? Have an amazing time. Sounds really, really fun. Daniel said Scorpio. Okay, because I'm a Scorpio. I have high cheekbones. Oh, my zodiac sign? No, I'm a Sagittarius, not a Scorpio. That boy said, wait, smile again. I just saw something. What? That looked fake, that smile. And it said ancient technology was something else we need to review, yeah. Yep. Drake said, I would sit down and talk money/business with someone like Uniquely Mom over a person with a business degree. She has a business degree, I think. What degree do you have, Mom?
Business administration.
Yeah, she has a business degree. She has business administration.
My best degree is my life experience.
She has real knowledge and experience. Exactly. Yeah. She's a great person to talk to. Like, she has a lot of ideas, right? A lot of great ideas my mom has. It's just sometimes all her ideas, she wants me to implement the ideas a lot sometimes. But she has a lot of great ideas, and she knows a lot. Like, sometimes my mom will tell me about the businesses that she's had, and it's like the minute those businesses could have been something, she closed it. Like, she's told me a lot about her businesses. I'm like, what is wrong with you? We could have generational wealth right now. We could have the family business. You know how you watch movies and they have the family business where they work?
You see, like I told you that thing about
bank,
Diana?
man. They can bank, but she closed them.
Diana and a married woman? It's not just about starting
She
a
closed the
business.
business when she was getting a government grant. Do you know how much money government
You know
grants
why?
are?
Because let me tell you, it goes back to say when you're in a marriage, right? Remember, God has blessed
Like,
me. I have been a mother.
mm,
I have been a wife. I have been a boss. I have
mm,
been a worker.
yeah,
I also have been in the struggle. You
yeah, that's
understand?
true.
So, but at the same time, when I was a young wife and a young mother, I was also a business owner and I also worked for a company. So I
Yeah.
had a lot of stressors. If I had a great support system that was holding me up, then you could continue. But sometimes I'm the type of person that's like I created a lot of business for people, and when I see people are not running it the way they're supposed to, I don't
Mm.
have time to argue and fight. I shut it down.
Yeah.
That's how I fight back. I just shut it down. And was that the smart move? It probably was. It wasn't a smart move. I shouldn't have shut it down, like you said, because I could have like just took it over and made it grow, whatever. But sometimes you become so stressed.
Like,
You become
why am
so
my
stressed
eyes are
out. I
watering
don't
thinking
drink. I
about
don't
what it could have
smoke.
been?
So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you miss
true.
out on opportunity. But that's why I share, I talk to people, I talk to you, and I offer advice to you
I
to
don't got
make
no ideas
choices.
for no business. That's the problem. If I have an idea for a business, best believe I'll start it with my mom. I
You
got
work.
unlimited resources. I don't
You
have
would
no
make way
ideas.
more money than you would make way more money than any company would pay you.
Yeah.
You would be
One day we'll figure
traveling.
out an idea for a
You would
business,
be
guys.
traveling,
We'll
and
figure it
people
out
wonder how
one
you're
day.
traveling, and you making
Yeah.
way more money,
I
and
guess this is a business, so shout out
so
to
much
y'all. We do
mental
have a
stress and
business. The
anguish.
Uniquely Mia channel is a business. It is, for sure, for sure. But yeah, so that's the thing with my mom. She told me a lot of stories about all the businesses that she had when I was a baby and even before I was born. And it was like, wow, if you kept it open, you know, like the family business, how you just hire your kids and like y'all
You
set.
understand? You
It
see what it
could have
was?
been like that.
You see what it was?
It really could
I
have been
wasn't.
like that.
You know something?
But
I guess
alas,
that's
it's
why it's
not. It's
not
okay
good.
though.
You say you have to have emotional regulations
Mm,
because I didn't have that. I wasn't.
yeah.
I was just frustrated in moments, and I just like okay, boom, that's it. You know.
Mm.
So we all made bad choices in life. You know, we all made bad choices, but you remember the choices that you made and you try to teach it to others, and that's why I try to share what you share with me, you know, and anyone that's willing to listen to me, I'll talk to you, I'll share everything with y'all, I don't care, you
Yeah.
know, because it makes me good to see people winning. And I understand how the struggle was, and life don't really have to be that hard if you know. Life is only hard because you don't know.
Yeah, this is strawberry jam straight from Paris, France. We got it from Corette. I have to use it, guys. They put like every jam that you get in Paris, guys. They put it in like even Europe and jam. They put it in these containers. It's like super cute. They're big on recycling over there. I think that's why they do it. Drake said, Mia, that's scary. Stop saying God is gonna burn us. That's in my fear since a child. I'm sorry, man. I'll try and stop saying it, but like I try to connect everything I learned in my head, right? So I like knowledge and biblical references. There's often like it's very coincidental is the correct word I think I'm looking for. Because sometimes people are like they don't believe in God, but then they'll believe in science, and then when you look at science, it's like correlations in the Bible, right? So yeah, that's why, like I said, I don't believe all the stories in the Bible, but some of them are very like okay, that's interesting because if you look at science now, what's happened with the planet, this could happen, but don't worry, it's not happening anytime soon. Yeah, it's not happening anytime soon. We're all good. We're all good. Hey, Ricky, I remember you. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here. My battery's at 19%. Hey, we're twinning. How do you? Mine's at 19% too. But I have my charger, so don't worry. But yeah, low battery mode. Um, you're free? Yes, Cats. Now that you're free from work. Awesome, awesome. So I know you said you're going to your friend's house, but what's for dinner? Are you planning on eating at your friend's house? You're gonna get something before or
The day is
after?
over.
Yup.
Stress and
Weekend is
feel
coming
good and
soon.
give thanks.
Yup.
You made it through.
Drake said my family ran our business into the ground. I could have been rich
And
right
it's
now.
always family.
Like
It's
why?
That's why you know something.
Like,
It's
that
always family. That's
sucks.
why
I'll
you
be
have a.
so upset,
If you
man.
have a fantastic idea, like Mia said, she don't want family to help her. If you have a fantastic idea, you have to. That's what you have to know. If you have like me, I'm loyal to everybody. Well, until you cross me, then you know. But if I give you
Disclaimer.
my word, I'm a committed person. But a lot
That's
of
funny.
people, man, you can't help everybody along the way. You gotta help yourself up.
Yeah.
Help yourself up first, and when you meet far away, then you possibly can try to bring a couple of them. But while you trying to get to that top of the ladder, do not be bringing no family with you because you're gonna fall right back down. You gotta make it on top first.
Yeah.
Make it on top first and then go back and get them one at a time.
Yeah, like I like stories like that, Drake. It just makes me upset, right? Because it's like, what were you thinking? Like, what were you doing to like not see the potential of it, right? Because like if I was in that situation, man, I'm going where we would be rich right now. So it's like I hear stories like that on social media too. Some people on social media, they're like, do you know like 2 generations back? We were like super duper rich, but then one of my family members stole the money and spent it out, and now their family is struggling. Like what?
Good life?
No, I'm not saying that. No, the people on social media are like that. Like their family were billionaires.
But we were not
right?
rich.
But no, like I always say, guys. Yeah, like I always say, guys. I'm very blessed with the life that I've had and continue to have. Right. So even though I always say, wish I was a nepo baby and all this, that would be wonderful. Still wish I was a nepo baby and all that. This dream will be happening on the beach, right? But at the same time, I'm not disappointed with the life that my mom was able to provide me with, because it was very amazing, right? I had a lot of opportunities that a lot of other people did not have growing up. Yeah, that my mom didn't have, right? As I said, I was able to go on vacations with my family members. I was able to
go to the doctor go to 6 months for your checkup.
Go to the doctor every 6 months for my checkup, right? I mean, I was able to get what I want. Sometimes my mom said no in the moment of time, but I always got what I wanted ultimately. I had to work for it, right? So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I always had my own bed, always had food. I was never starving. I always had a hot meal, right?
Had electricity.
Exactly, right? So
I have to go and walk the corner.
Yeah, so like my life is the life that I've had, the life that my mom provided me with. It's really amazing. It's really great, right? So I'm not complaining about that, but I guess things can always be better, right? I mean, I have to pay off my own student loan debt, right? I have no choice but to work one day, right? But it's okay. I don't care.
It's like I brought you this far, and I gave you guys what I was able to give you guys, right? So you have to make your life better. Stop looking to the past and saying I should have did more. I did as much as I could have done.
Yeah, so that's true.
It's your job to look to your future to do even more.
Yeah, so that's all true, and that's Val. Thank you so much for sending a floating heart. How I really appreciate it. You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan debt. All proceeds goes in its own separate account. Really, really appreciate it. Harold, hearts to you, jazz hands to you. So thank you so much. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for sending the flower. I really appreciate it. Jazz hands to you. Thank you so much for your generous donation to the Uniquely Mia channel. So like I said, guys, really appreciate the life that my mom was able to provide me with. It's really great, right? I'm not complaining, right? Was very blessed, right? Not a lot of people had to experience it, right? I never had to receive government assistance, and I never had to go to those offices, right? So I'm very, very grateful for the life that my mom has provided me with, right? But as we're human beings, I guess humans are greedy. It's one of the 7 deadly sins, right? So yeah, we always say things can be better, but as my mom said, what she didn't do, I'll do it for myself, right? But it's been really nice to like have a college fund or something like that, right? But yeah.
If I gave you everything, then what would you have to look forward to?
I don't know. I'm not Jeff Bezos. I'm not Jeff Bezos' daughter. I don't know. He was part of your generation or before you. So I don't know.
You're not Jeff Bezos' daughter, but we are. But you are. We live in the ghetto, so you are not. You are a little high. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm not complaining about the lifestyle that I've had, but it's like when people try to say statements like that, saying what more could you have wanted? Look at Nepo babies. That's more what I could have wanted, right? I'm sure Nepo babies have their own stressors, whatever, right? So like I said, I'm not complaining.
They don't have enough money?
I don't know, Mom, because we're not in that situation. I don't know. People always try to bash rich people and all that. I'm like, they're still rich at the end of the day and you're still not. Like, that's the thing about it, right? Rich people don't care when you bash them, guys. Billionaires, millionaires don't care when you bash them. Because they're so rich at the end of the day, right? You can never have enough too much money.
So, like I'm saying,
Mom, you're not letting me talk.
Is to keep you conscious to be grateful for what
Did
you
I say
have.
I'm not grateful for what I have? And this is, I feel like this is triggering my mom a little bit, right? So it's like to say I am grateful for what I have. I've said that continuously. Y'all can rewind the live stream, right? As I've said, I'm grateful for what I've had. My mom has worked really hard and she has provided a great life for me, right? Wonderful life, right? So really happy about it, right? But it's just like when you probably should have never told me the stories then of the businesses you had and the stuff you had. Maybe that's what happened. She told me these stories and she told me why they shut down, and I'm like, okay, so all these stresses that I have now, they could have been avoided if you just persevered, right? So I guess that's the problem. If she never told me it, maybe I would have just been fine, right? But at the end of the day, you can't change it. So that's okay, right? Don't care. What my mom did great. One day I'm getting the degrees for a reason, not just getting it for fun, right? So one day, hopefully my degrees pay off and I'm able to provide even a more amazing life for myself and my mom, right? My mom set the standard, which was a really amazing standard. As she said, we live in the ghetto and my life was better than people who live in the ghetto, I think, right? So, that's my standard. My standard's gonna be even higher than that, right? So yeah. But goodbye, Daniel. Pleasure having you on the stream. Hopefully, I see you in the next live stream or the comment section of my fully nutritional YouTube video or YouTube shorts. Always a pleasure when you're on. Drake said, stealing out of registers, giving merchandise away to friends. Went from a whole strip mall to nothing. Wow.
He talking about family members, right? Did I ever tell you the story when I first opened up the nightclub? I had all your aunties working.
Oh, yeah.
And they would pour one shot of Hennessy for their friend, and then all of a sudden bottles of Hennessy disappear.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
pay for one shot, they get in triple shots.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Some family members you can't do stuff
They
with.
do that
You gotta
because
really
they did
understand
not put any
that.
money out to start the business.
Yeah, but there's
They
just
did not.
certain family members, you know the character of people.
Yeah.
Like, guys, as I always say, just because somebody's your family member doesn't mean you have to like them or you have to. You understand the character of people, right? Like, some people will do something that made you like them until you don't like them, and then it's not revealed to you until later on why you really didn't like the person or why you didn't like the character, even though they're your family member, right? So just because somebody's your family does not mean that, like, you gotta work with them or you gotta be buddy or all that, right? So yeah. And don't worry, Harold, I'm not giving my mom attitude. Disagreement is more than welcome among the Unique Lamia family. My mom may not like it, however, I am somebody to just say my opinions with my mom, right? As long as I'm respectful. If my mom didn't like my opinions, she would let you guys know she didn't like the opinions, right? So don't worry, we're all good. Uniquely, mom, you gave Mia this ambition. Exactly, cats, right? And that's something that I feel like parents forget sometimes, right? Like, my mom gave me ambition. She really did, right? She said it, like I said, she set a standard for me that was normal, right? And sometimes I have these discussions on stream and people, I feel like sometimes I trigger people a little bit because it's normal for me, but it's not normal for all people. And that's why I say everything's learning, even live streaming and having these conversations with you guys. So thank you for that, right? Because when I'm able to share my life experiences and share what's normal to me, you guys are like, Mia, that's not normal for me. I didn't get to do that all the time. Well, that's a really eye-opener, right? It just makes me understand my privilege in other ways. That's why I'm always happy. Thanks. That's why sometimes you'll hear me talk, and that's why sometimes I'll stop and I point out this is how I'm privileged, right? So just so I can understand a little better, right? And I can show that privilege comes in a lot of small ways. But my mom definitely also gave me ambition for sure, right? Because I'm not just going to accept just accept, right? It's like when we were in Paris, it was really cool. We went into these stores and I was able to get these, immerse myself in this experience of things, and it was really amazing to just be treated a certain way. And yes, you're treated that way because you spend a certain amount or you looked a certain way, and I liked how I was treated because of that. It was better than I was ever treated in my life and in any other store, right? So you gotta work hard for that, and you gotta work to a standard for that, right? So I had to, you gotta pay for that. So I had to save my money, right? And my mom had to save her money. Yeah, my mom had to save her money. I had to save my money for us to be treated a certain way, right? So it's because my mom, yes, it is because of my mom that I was able to even enter that space in the first place, right? So shout out to God, shout out to my mom, because my mom did not decide that she was going to take me on the European adventure, right? If my mom did not decide that she was going to support me to allow me to save my money so I could buy the luxury items that I bought, I would be able to go into that space one day, right? But it probably would have taken a really long time, right? So That's a form of privilege that I had in its own way, right? So I want that to be a norm in the future. And for that to be a norm in the future, I gotta save my money, gotta work hard, gotta get a great job so that could be the norm for me and my mom in the future, right? So yeah.
Yeah, but let me tell you, you and Bianca something.
Right.
I hope you enjoy the gift that I got y'all in Europe because I'm not planning on doing that again. Next time it's for mom.
Okay.
I'm happy that I was able to do
Okay.
that for you.
That works for me. So, do you not listen to when I talk? I don't think my mom listens to when I talk. I really don't think she listens when I talk, guys. Because you heard what she just said. I was saying something before. I said I gotta work hard and make a lot of money so one day that can become a norm for me and for you. And immediately after that, my mom's like, oh, next time we go to Europe, she's not doing that. Next time we have to do it for her. What did I just say before that?
No, I never said.
What did I just say that before?
I never said you guys have to do anything for me. I said
she doesn't listen when I talk.
Gifts that I bought y'all in Europe because next that was just a one-time something.
Okay, guys, she said we can rewind the stream, but I've noticed that sometimes I'll just be in the house and I will tell my mom something and immediately after she'll ask me the same thing I just told her. Well, she doesn't listen. No, that's her excuse because when she was around Bianca and Europe and all that, why was she pulling memories from like 10 years ago, 20 years ago? She remembered clearly.
Oh, yeah,
she did not have to repeat herself one time with Bianca. She repeats herself a lot with me. So my mom has selective memory. Let me know if any of your parents have selective memory, guys. My mom got selective memory for sure. Jake said, because one uncle gets greedy and wants millions. Yeah, we have to be careful about who we give the power to. Exactly. That's so true. Drake said, I would have ran the business correctly, but I'm too young. Excuse me. And no one wanted to trust me. Okay. So mom knows that I'm not lying about this. They stole everything. Wow. That's terrible. That's so terrible. Sorry that happened to you and your family, man. I would not speak to that uncle at all, but that's terrible. Yeah, when people steal from me, especially your family members, but yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the way you think about family members, when I tell my mom sometimes I don't like a family member or I don't want to hang around the person, don't worry, I'm not talking about Bianca. Bianca's been cool. I'm not talking about her. But when I tell my mom sometimes, or when I told her in the past that I refuse to hang out with certain family members or I refuse to be associated with these family members, even my grandmother sometimes, their first response to me is like, they're your family. They're your family, right? Guys, I'm not saying that I would never engage in that example that I'm about to provide for you guys. I'm just using it as a historical example, right? But look at Cain and Abel. Weren't they brothers? If you look at medieval Europe and the line of succession for the royal family, they were taking out each other. Siblings were doing that to each other. Cousins were doing that to each other. Uncles were doing that to each other. Why? Because at the end of the day, power and greed supersedes something for somebody, right? At the end of the day. So if I like to say, if you ever have a family member and you get that bad vibes from them, or you trust them with money or something, or you're thinking about if you don't trust them with money, but you feel pressured to give them a job or give them an opportunity where they have access to like your success, you always got to think of them as a regular person and be like, if you are a random person on the street, would I give you this opportunity? Would I be associated with you? If the answer is no, don't associate yourself with that person just because they're your family. Because if history has taught us anything, it teaches us that in the right opportunity, family means nothing. They mean nothing. Look at the royal families and look at the Bible for the people who believe in the Bible. Drake said, now it's on me to build some type of wealth for this family. I have to do it right. I have to do it the right way. And I'm going to be the bad guy when I don't want to deal with them. Exactly. And that's what you got to do. You got to be mean to people sometimes. You can't be nice to everybody, guys. You gotta be mean to people sometimes. Hey, King of the Weather. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here. How's everything going? What'd you eat today? How's your leg going? Your ankle going? But yeah, sometimes, guys, people say you're the quote-unquote bad guy just because you're not conforming to what they believe of you, right? Or you're not fitting into the box, right? So yeah, or you're just very opinionated, guys. My grandmother be calling me the most crazy names because I'm too opinionated for her, right? Do I internalize it? No, not really. But sometimes when I get fed up, I share a lot of opinions with her, and she gets really quiet because she knows it's true, right? So you just got to be opinionated with your family members sometimes. Always be respectful, right? So you're good.
I know it's true.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your mom.
Oh.
Yeah, but even my mom sometimes. Even my mom. When my mom likes to when my mom wants to make me, I don't know. I don't want to say feel bad, but sometimes when my mom wants to make me feel bad, right? When she's upset of me, she likes to use examples of her daughters and all that, and be like, "Oh, well, they would do this or they would do that." I got examples, and she gets quiet too, because she knows it's true, right? She knows it's true. So you just always gotta remind people sometimes. Gotta remind people, because yeah, I'm the favorite child, and that's what's most important. You just always gotta get a book and write it down, guys, because people like to forget. Even your parents sometimes. But King of the Weather said, can I be moderator? For sure, you can be a moderator. As always, King of the Weather, if you want to put somebody in time out or ban them, only do so if they type racial slurs in the chat, if they make people in the chat severely uncomfortable. As always, if you want to ask me before you do that, feel free to do that. I'm not sure how long you'll be moderator. Maybe not too long, maybe for a long time. Depends on how the chat goes. But it's time to plug in my phone. Not plug it in. I bought like a charger that has like, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Froze for a second. Okay, we're back. Kat said, LOL Mia, I was texting a friend, but I had you in the background, and when you said, hey, King of the Weather, I almost texted the friend, I can't laugh. That's really funny. And then, hey, at least you're actually live streaming. Your live streaming community and your like texting friend community has merged a little bit. Imagine you text that to your friend and you're like, what in the world? Honestly, when people text me wrong stuff, I just be like ignoring it though sometimes. But yeah. Are you guys a slow texter or a fast texter? I feel like it depends on who texts me. So yeah. Can I hear you snore? What? No, you can't hear me snore, Anthony. No, you can't hear me snore. You just got out of school? Okay, very nice. So what's your weekend looking like? King of the Weather. Kat said LOL, right, and it just flowed right right off of your fingers. Wow. That's really cool. It's really funny. That's funny to hear, Cats. Okay, what did mom cook again? Yeah, she cooked like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, forgot. But she made curry chicken, and then she made okra for herself because she don't eat chicken. So yeah, I ate the curry chicken. It's pretty good. Chicken's kind of big. I did cut the chicken up big. I didn't want to clean the chicken, so I was like, I'm not cutting it small, so I cut it big. I did try to cut through the bone in my defense. It was unsuccessful, so that's why the chicken was kind of big. Jake said, no, read that. Kat said, King of the Weather, are people treating you extra nice at school? Oh, yeah, because your leg? Yeah, that's how it was at my school. LOL. Oh, when you broke like a leg or something? Oh, your ankle? I've never broken any bone, I don't think. So I've never gotten like special treatment in school for being sick. I do think though, I think, I'm not 100% sure. I create a lot of false memories in my head, my mom said, when I was younger, because when I was younger, I think that I swallowed a quarter, and I always ask my mom if I did that, and she's like, no, you never swallowed a quarter, Mia. So that's a false memory for some reason that I created in my head when I was younger. And then, but in particular, I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like when I was in school, I think it was second grade or first grade, I think I got sick and I threw up in the class, and then I had to take a nap. And then when I woke up from the nap, everybody was like cutting like a chicken out of a piece of paper. So I was like, that looks fun. Let me go cut a chicken out of a piece of paper. And my teacher looked at me. I was like, what are you doing? You can't do that. You got to do the multiplication problems first. And that sucked. So I don't know if that's true or not. So I remember that because that tells me I did not get any special treatment because my teachers don't make me do work. So that sucked. King of Weather said, tomorrow you're going to your brother's soccer game. Very nice, very nice. That sounds cool. Hopefully your brother wins, King of the Weather. They're treating you nice. Awesome, awesome. Drake said, I'll never forget the time Mia said when she's sick, She wants to get everybody else house sick. That's next level petty. No, because I don't think it's petty. I just think it's fairness, right? The only time I didn't want to get anybody sick was when I had the flu, because I got the flu in December and it was around my mom's birthday, so I really didn't want to get my mom sick for her birthday, because like that's not nice to get her sick for her birthday. So I was like, let's not get her sick. She did get sick a little, guys, but she didn't get sick to the severity that I got sick. She just had like the just a little bit of symptoms, honestly. But yeah, it's like, especially, no, it's like certain sicknesses, because like I think my mom and I think we got COVID one time in our life, one time, and that was because of Stu. So he got sick, then he made us sick, right? So and it's just a small space sometimes. When you're in small spaces, it's just like that's the only way to make people sick. So I'm not talking about random people. I'm talking about other people like in like the general household, right? Because it's like you're next to me, so hopefully you don't get sick. But like, particularly like if it was a sickness that was preventable, like sucks. And that's the quickest way. I'm not condoning it. Like I don't do it willingly. I don't get people sick willingly. However, if you get sick, guys, the best and most fastest way to become unsick, you gotta make somebody else sick. You gotta spread the germs. So yeah.
That's what you promote.
I just said I'm not condoning it. I just said I'm not condoning it, right? So that doesn't mean I'm promoting it. I'm just sharing the experience. So I'm just sharing my information and my opinions. As I tell you guys, everything I share on live stream is not fact. It is just my opinion, right? So opinion, it could be wrong. Excuse me. It's just a widely supported belief, opinion, or widely supported by one person, two people. Oh yeah. Drake said, I knew she wasn't sweet and innocent then. What? I am sweet. I am innocent. What do you mean?
Drake
what do
hanging
you mean?
out to see the real you reveal.
That's funny. King of the Weather said, my school gave me an elevator key. What in the world is that? And they let me leave classes early? So does that key grant you access to the elevators? Drake said Stu got it from passenger on the bus and bought it back to you. Yeah. No, but during COVID, he did not wear a mask too, so he was asking for it, and that made me upset, because what do you mean there's COVID-19 and you're not wearing a mask to your job? That's all. So when he got sick, I was really upset because I knew I would get sick too from that. So that sucked, and yeah, it was from the passengers. I had to be, but he used to wear a mask, and then after he recovered from COVID, he still didn't wear a mask. So he wanted to spread the sickness, guys. So yeah, he's not here, King of the Weather, but Queen Mother, King of the Weather said hi. She said hi as well.
Hi, King of the Weather. How are you?
Jake said.
How's his ankle?
He said it's good.
Okay.
Jake said that's not true. Don't listen to me. I can't even believe she's just putting it out there. I'm not condoning it. Don't do it, guys. That's just my opinion. Uniquely mom, stand on business. Yeah, it's not clocking with you that I'm standing on business. She is standing on business, Cap. Anytime I hear that now, stand on business, I think about Justin Bieber and when he spoke to that reporter. It was crazy. Like the reporter came up to him and then he was like, "It's not clocking you. It's not clocking with you, right?" I'm standing on, and then people turned it into a song. It was funny, guys. Turning into a troll. Who's turning into a troll? Not me. Raphael said, hey, how are you doing, Raphael? Always a pleasure when you're on. Raphael said, hi to you, Mom.
Hi, Raphael. Hey,
Kat said, wow, you've never gotten sick from COVID? I was really sick not too long ago. You took 2 COVID tests and they were negative. Wow, shout out to you. Shout out to you for that. Yeah, you got a great immune system. Your immune system's really strong.
How funny. A lot of people lost their life in that time during COVID. It is, but how funny was going to the supermarket when you saw people walking with boxes in their head?
I didn't see nobody walk with boxes in their head. I saw that on social media.
We was in the you wasn't in the supermarket?
No. Box on
that. I tell you, in the ghetto, people are nuts.
The ghetto?
What about you? Mia had too long social distance.
She sent me that. My mom sent me that when I was at school. When I was at school, Queen Mother sent me the 6 feet social distancing stick.
She was online and she had the stick.
Everybody was staring. When I went back to my room, my mom was like, never use that stick again. But she sent it to me. Why did she use it? I will say it was useful when I was in RA and I had to go out like at 11 p.m. at night. That was my weapon. a weapon of choice. But like, she sent it to me,
I
guys.
can't believe you had that stick. She was walking around.
Why would you send it to me?
That's a type of
She
stick.
sent me the 6 feet
You would've
distance
known it's the
stick.
girl with the
It
stick.
was so funny,
You would've known
guys.
it as the
I
girl.
think people were staring at me more because the state I was in, right? It was a peach state. I mean, it was a red
They were
state.
very kind.
Yeah, they were kind,
They were
right?
very kind. Nobody called you.
Yeah,
sister.
but like it was after COVID. Like COVID was still in existence, but it was after. Like it wasn't like at the start of it. So that's why people are like, "What is she doing with this COVID stick after COVID?" My mom sent it to me, guys. That's why.
And then it
That's
had
why.
a flag.
It had the flag and every. I still have it actually. I still have it. Yeah, I do. She sent me 2 of them.
I
That's
told her
crazy.
to put one in front and one at the back.
Yup. Yeah, it was bad, guys.
Pulling a stick on that.
Cat said it's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, right? Like exactly. Anytime I hear that, I think about the thing. It is not even a meme. It's just him talking to a reporter, but people turned it into a meme. I guess when you're a singer, when you just say stuff that rhymes, it just automatically turns into a song. King of the Weather said, "Alert me if there's any bad activity in the chat." Will do. Will do. Drake said, "Now that's hilarious. Mia really went out with it." I did because she told me, like she sent it to me, and I'm like, okay, let me just use it, guys. People are looking at me. I think people took pictures of me. I just know when I went back to my dorm room, I was going Chick-fil-A that day. I remember it. When I went back to my room, my mom was like, "Don't use that stick again." She was like, "Do not use that stick in public again."
I saw the crowd in the cafeteria, and she had the 2 sticks in her hands. I was like, oh my goodness.
And it was to the point, like so many people were looking at me, I couldn't even put it up because I'm like, that defeats the purpose. If I wanted to put it up, I had to do it before I got into the building.
Okay.
So I
did not let them see you.
I had to keep it up. Good, but it was good that I wore my mask. But the bad thing too, my mask made me identifiable on campus. I remember when I was in RA, people would just walk up to me and be like, "Hi, Mia." I'm like, "How do you know?" I would say hi to them, but in my head, I'm like, "How do you know me?" Then I realized I was the only one who ever wore a mask on campus. So they just were like, the mask girl name is Mia. Because random people would walk up to me and be like, "Hi, Mia." I'm like, "Hi." And then once they leave, I'm like, "Who are you? I don't know you. I've never spoken to you before." So yeah. Drake is like, "No, this is hilarious." Okay, I read that one. Kat said, "Yeah, I remember when you showed the flag during." Oh yeah, they're in the move in and move out vlog. Yeah, I did show it to you guys. That was my weapon that I used when I was on duty calls. I still can't believe you did that, Via. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I remember. Yeah, because it was in my dorm room. Because I always had it. So I didn't live stream it when I first used it because I wasn't a streamer then. I didn't stream then, but I did show it to you guys. You have a good memory, guys. You guys have really good memories. But yeah. So I still have it. It's 2 of them, and I still have them. Hey, how are you doing, Kalia? Glad you could be here. Always a pleasure when you're on. It's been a while. Welcome back to all the returning supporters. I really appreciate you guys. I'm definitely seeing some familiar names. Thank you so much for your continued support. For all the new people here, consider liking the video and subscribing. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I got a bachelor's degree in psychology and professional writing. Yeah, master's degrees in public administration and criminal justice. And you're welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. Today was Manicure Friday for the live stream. So I did my nails featuring all nail aid products with the exclusion of the colored nail polish. So we're going to test out the nail aid products, review it, hopefully it aids in growing on my nails because short nails are always pretty, but I need my long nails back very soon. So just because I want them back. So yeah. Would love to know how's everyone doing. What are your plans for this weekend? As I said, we're going to the movies this weekend. We're going to see the Michael Jackson movie. So, yeah. Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it, do it, do it, do it, do. So I'm gonna do a review for you guys about the movie. Let you guys know what we think about it once we see it. So yeah, that's our plans for the weekend, movie day, and then just staying in the house after that. So yeah, I will do a live stream tomorrow for you guys. Don't worry. But I don't think it'll be at 8 a.m. It'll just be more so spontaneous. Maybe showing you our scenery a little bit, either before the movies or after the movies. I'll do the stream for you guys. So yeah. Might do multiple streams tomorrow, actually. Might be a few short ones. I might do multiple streams tomorrow. Drake said, No, when I tell you I was the same way, I still wear my mask in place. Exactly, right? Exactly. My mom said when I start my new program, I can't really wear my mask a lot because they don't know me yet. So I understand that. But best believe I will be having my mask in my book bag. And when people cough, if it sounds crunchy or if I'm in a big crowd, I'm wearing my mask, right? Like on the trains, I still wear a mask. Sometimes I forget to wear. Like when I was in Europe, I didn't wear my mask a lot because I forgot it in general. But like on the trains, on the buses, I wear my mask there. That's always on the planes. Those are always the three musts because it's like you're in this tube, you're trapped with these people and all the air, and sometimes it stank. Like it be stinking in these places, and the mask definitely helps, right? But I am getting more comfortable with not wearing my mask a lot. I feel like COVID was bad. It really was bad. Like it took people lives away, but it also just made people comfortable wearing the mask a lot, right? Particularly for me, because I always knew like I didn't wear my mask before COVID, right? I knew some people wore their mask before COVID. I didn't do it, right? But like it's like what happened with me when COVID-19 came, I didn't want to get sick. I'm a germophobic. If you don't know about uniquely Mia, you know it now. I'm a germaphobe. I don't like getting sick. I don't like germs, right? I really don't. I don't like it, right? So like when I was like, oh, people can get sick from just like going outside with COVID and people talking on you, I'm wearing this mask religiously. So the minute the news was like, you need to wear masks, I wore those masks, right? And then once COVID was kind of like going away a little bit, I still wore my mask because that's when I went into university. And I'm like, when you're in university, you can't get sick, right? If you get sick, you still have that deadline. You still have to do the classes. And guys, you saw when I had the flu. When I had the flu, it was so bad. It was so terrible. I was sick for like 2 weeks. It was so bad, guys. So like I just get super duper weak when I'm sick. Can't do anything else. So that pushes me back a lot. And wearing the mask protects you from just COVID. Because even after COVID-19, I've noticed that people have lost the sense of personal space, guys. I'll be talking to people in public sometimes, a person I don't even know. Why are you coming to my personal bubble? I have to step back away from the person, right? So it protects you from common colds. It protects you from COVID and all this, right? So that's why I still like to stick with my mask and wear it, right? Even though I don't have to. So, but I'm slowly transitioning out. But I think I will always have a mask in my bag from now on, just for those small spaces that you go in with a lot of crowded people. Is this not good? King of Weather said, some people, some random streamer on TikTok blocked me for telling people to apologize to me. Oh no, that sucks, King of the Weather. Yeah, you'll come across people who are like that. But that's terrible. That's terrible. Don't worry. You will not be blocked from the Unique Lumia channel. Never be blocked. You're all good, King of the Weather. So yeah. Glad you're doing good, Kalia. What'd you do today? What are your weekend plans? Drake said, I'm so OCD about germs and getting sick. I'm just naturally a hypochondriac. Yeah, like I just can't do it. I don't like getting sick. I really don't like it. So yeah, I understand that being the germ. Ever since I was a kid, I don't even know how I develop. I don't think you develop it. Maybe you're just born with it. But I always have to have hand sanitizer in my bag. Like even now, I've gotten back into the routine of having like having things in my bag that are useful. So I always have hand sanitizer in my bag. I have wet wipes in my bag. Obviously chopstick. Like everything you need, like you think you would need, it's in my bag. Sometimes my bags are so stuffed. I'm like, what is in here? Oh, it's all the stuff that I need to like not get germs, right? It's in my bags. Kat said, I didn't see boxes during COVID, but I saw people with full blown gas masks. Wow. I saw this on TikTok. I did not see that in real life. Wow. Like the ones you wear underwater during COVID with gas masks? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Oh, I didn't check out your weekly test yet, King of the Weather. I'll check it out after the stream. You're smart. Thank you, Raphael, for your kind words. You're smart as well. Thank you, thank you. My nails are gorgeous. Thank you so much, Kalia. Raphael said I don't even have a certificate. Great job, Mia. Thank you, Raphael. And if you don't have a certificate and it's something you want to do, definitely consider going and get it no matter what your age is. And hey, if you're like, hey, a certificate's not for me, that is 100% okay. I am confident that you are skilled and knowledgeable in another area that you've just developed the skill on your own, or you were an apprentice to somebody already. So it's really cool. Drake said, I remember when I was younger, my mama and I used to go see cheap movies. I missed movie theaters. Yeah, like Tuesday. Tuesday is the cheap day for the movies. I say cheap. When I paid for the movies on Tuesday for my mom and myself, I paid $25 for 2 tickets. I think it was more expensive, one, because it's New York. New York is just more expensive for the movies, even on the cheap movie day, but it still was cheaper than the regular day. And then also, I'm not sure what your phone plan is, but if you have T-Mobile, T-Mobile gives you like $5 movie tickets, which is why we get to go to the movies on the weekends, because T-Mobile had a deal where we could see the Michael Jackson movie for $5. I'm not even lying to you guys. When I was buying a movie ticket, it was $66 on the movie ticket for Saturday, right? However, with the T-Mobile code, it brought it down to $10 for 2 movie tickets. That's cheaper than the Tuesday. So, yeah, I'm not sure what phone plan you have, but you have T-Mobile, download the T-Mobile app. You get deals that way, or just go on Tuesdays. AMC, Regal, other theaters, they have discounted Tuesdays for movie tickets. I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday now, actually, I saw. Or the matinee, you could just go super duper early on any day of the week. And that's how I used to go at school, because I didn't go to the movies. When I went to school, I went to movies like on Saturday. I never went like on a weekday because I had schoolwork to do. But I used to go like to the first show at like 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. And it used to be like $13, I think, for one movie ticket, which isn't bad. Drake said, it happens with smart kids. We learn about germs and we become super aware. I've been this way since maybe middle school with germs. Oh, okay. That's a good way to think about it. That's a nice way to think about it. I like that. Yeah, because I don't think I was always a germaphobe. I don't know, but ever since I can remember, I just didn't like germs. Kat said, I have so much in my backpack too, but it's my comfort. I like to be prepared. Yeah, it's like my mom too. I feel like Kat, that reminds me of my mom too. Like my bags are filled, but I can transition my stuff. Like everything that's in my book bag, it can fit in one of my handbags that I have. But my mom, Queen Mother, guys, oh my gosh, every time we go outside, with the exclusion of vacation or if she's going to a party, she walked with this book bag. Bianca and myself, we despise this book bag just because it's not the most pretty book bag, but she's like, everything she needs is in there. And honestly, it's true, guys. When my mom, sometimes I'll be looking at her, she's wearing glasses. I'm like, where you got those from my book bag? She pulls out like a headphone. Where you got her book bag? She pulls out the most random stuff from her bag. And she's like, oh, my book bag. And that bag is heavy too, guys. So on the weekends, when I'm ready to walk around with like my pretty bags, I have to carry my pretty bags and my mom's book bag. Otherwise, I'll be walking around with the pretty bag and my mom will just be looking at me. Sometimes I give her my handbags to carry, right? But like, I like carrying my handbags too. So yeah, like last weekend, I was walking around with a book bag and my handbag. My book bag and my handbag. Because she refused to leave the book bag, guys. That's why if I complain about shoulder pain or back pain, guys, it's the book bag. King of Weather said, no weather radio station, KIG 98, is running on its backup transmitter. So you are very much needed, King of the Weather. Your local area needs you, since that radio is not, that radio station is not consistent. Drake said, just like when I started learning about male and females anatomy, okay, STI scare me. Reason why I don't have kids now. Yeah, like any form of disease or sickness that you can get, definitely scare you up. Kat said, right, Drake, it's crazy that people seem to forget or ignore how dangerous germs and viruses can be. Yup. Like, did you not learn? Did you forget? Did you not care? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, that is valid, right? That's what makes no sense. It's like, I don't know. I feel like when people don't care, they just got pushed through, honestly. Like, No Child Left Behind. Great law, but some child needs to be left behind and just repeat the grade. It's not bad if you repeat the grade, guys. It really isn't. So that's my assumption of it, right? Because yeah, when people play with their health and just risk getting sicknesses, sometimes incurable ones, it's like, what do you mean? No, like no. King Weather said, I use Google Maps a lot for navigating places. Yeah, Google Maps are good. Do you like Google Maps? Thank you, Cats. It's actually not a dress. It's actually a shirt. And I have a matching pair of pants for it. I don't know where the pants are. So it's like, it's a crop top, so it's like a off the shoulder. It's very comfortable. I do like it, but the outfit is kind of tight fitting. So I wore this outfit. It's not tight. It's not tight. It's my size, but like, if you're a girl, you kind of know what I mean, right? So I don't wear it often. I wear it when my mom pushes me to wear it, but the shirt is very comfortable, which I do like. So.
If you're a girl, you know what I mean.
Okay, so my mom pointed it out. She's like, isn't that kind of a bias for me saying if you're a girl, you know what I mean? So for the males, right, or for girls who don't know what I mean, with crop tops, particularly crop tops that are like off the shoulder, and it has like what's the best way to describe it?
You're a girly girl.
Yeah, if you're a girly girl, the headband material, that's the best way. The elastic material, it fits you tight. So crop tops, I wear crop tops in the summer, very comfortable, but they're kind of like t-shirt material. This one is not t-shirt material, so like it sticks to you. So I don't like shirts like that to wear in public sometimes, but I did get the outfit last summer because my mom bought it, and it is a fun outfit to wear, but I always make sure to I'm with my mom when I wear it because you got weirdos in my neighborhood. So yeah, but it is a fun outfit. I do like it, but I lost the pants. The pants are very flowy, and it's very comfortable, the pants. Yeah. That's one thing. Like I always say, travel is educational, and certain places I travel to, I do not dress a certain way. Certain places you travel to. Like from my experience when I travel to South America, guys, you dress summery, but like I would not wear this in South America. I would not wear this shirt that's tight fitting in South America. Why? Because they got a lot of weirdos is what I like to call them. They will catcall you and they will make you feel uncomfortable, right? And I don't like that, right? So if I wear anything too short, I try not to wear anything too short, right? I try not to wear a crop top and shorts and guy. And I don't wear short shorts, period. But like, I don't wear shorts and a crop top. Don't mix it like that. No. If I wear biker shorts that sticks to you, I like to wear a long oversized t-shirt. Not to say it's not safe. You can wear whatever you want in Guyana, but from my personal experience, guys, when you wear stuff in South America that's either tight or shows too much skin, people will have something to say, and it makes me uncomfortable. So I don't like that. It's just they'll catcall you, or they'll just I don't know, you fine gal, sweet gal, I don't know, sweet gal would like, that's what they call you. Like, we'll be walking in South America, and all you hear is, like, where is it coming from? I don't know. You can't find where it's coming from, but you hear it, right? So that's what they do. I will record it next time I go to South America, but it's like, I don't know what that means, but that's all you hear in South America. I'm not even lying.
They throw kisses.
Exactly, I'm not even lying.
But they say you're fine gal.
Yeah, like you're fine gal, and then or like, ooh, you look nice, and they'll whisper it. That's the thing, they'll whisper it. They can't even say it loud. They're like, you look nice, gal. You look nice. When they see my mom, do not care. When they see my mom, they're like, Empress, Rasta, Empress. You look Empress. Bless up. That's what my mom gets. It's always respectful with my mom, but then with me, it's always like ew, like no. What Queen Mother is respectful. Empress, Rastafari, bless up. Like it's always that. So exactly, it's always respectful with my mom. So that's why she likes their compliments and she doesn't care how she dresses. But when they want to say stuff to me, it's always inappropriate. It's always weird. Like no. And the thing is, I feel like they know they're making people uncomfortable, or they know they're wrong because why are they always whispering? They always whisper it. So, yeah. It's true. We'll be walking and all you hear is. That's all you'll hear. I'm not even lying to you guys. That's all you will hear. It's weird. So and like for real, like exactly. You think you're a puppy because that's how they call their dogs too. So once again, this patriarchal mindset, I've never noticed it before in Guyana, but my mom pointing out that specific law, and now that I'm thinking about all these instances, it is patriarchal. I remember one time, last time we were in Guyana, my mom and we were in a taxi to get Chinese food, guys. All I know, the taxi driver just started talking to my mom, and it's like saying, oh, the woman's supposed to be in the house. The woman's supposed to listen to the man. The woman's supposed to do this for the man. And my mom asks the taxi driver what the man's supposed to do for the woman. And he's like, oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. And my mom look at me. I look at her and she's like, she's just talking so we could get home quickly. It was crazy. It was crazy. That was the most uncomfortable taxi drive ever. It was so, and he just started talking randomly about it. My mom didn't ask him or nothing. Like, My mom was just agreeing with him. She was like, That's all she said. It So bad. It was night too, guys. It was so bad. So yeah. So I never noticed that before, but I guess knowing about and this is what I mean. Once you're aware of something, it's easier for you to like point out. Yeah, once you're aware of it, you're able to point out like very identify because I never knew Guyana was like a patriarchal country. I never thought about Guyana that way because I guess I just thought about it as being Guyana. But like I guess once my mom pointed out the law to me, and now that I'm talking to you guys on stream, and I point out all these instances, you can see how it is like, oh yeah, it's patriarchal at its core, right? Like extremely a little bit. So yeah. Evan said, Mia, my new glasses are also lilac shade. Awesome, Evan. Is it the one that you showed on your YouTube channel that you posted, or did you get a different one, different style? But that's really pretty. Yeah, purple's pretty, a pretty color to get glasses in, or lilac. Evan said, I can't wait for my hair to grow out more so I can stream my hair color appointment. I'm excited to see it. Hey, Angela, how are you doing? Beautiful spring colors. Thank you. Glad you like the manicure. I have the same color polish. Angie from New York. Okay, we're twinning, Angie. How are you doing today? How was your New York day today, Angie? Drake said they be all over Mia and it's respectful. It's uncomfortable. It's very weird, guys. It is weird. I don't like it at all. So, yeah, that's a place where I have a dress code enforced for sure. But Bianca, my cousin, they do not care. They just be walking and they be talking back to them, guys. I'm like, you don't talk back to these people. Like, no. So yeah, I don't like it.
Black woman and red woman.
Who call who black woman?
When they be catcalling red.
Oh, I don't know what they call people. Oh yeah, they call Ciara. Yeah, they call my cousin tall woman because she's really tall. Bianca, I guess they call her red woman, but it's just weird, guys. But they be talking back. They do not care. Evan said, Mia's version of harassment would make me laugh. What do you mean? Evan said, you would have punched a taxi driver. For real, he's lucky he didn't meet me. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, but that's what my mom said. You do got to be careful, too. So, it is a patriarchal country, but it's also a country that is still developing, a third world country. And that when you're in countries like that, they can do whatever they want, honestly. So, it is safe, but you got to always be careful as well, right? So, yeah. Like, I do agree, Evan, most countries are patriarchal, but I feel like there's just different levels to patriarchy, right? So, like, in America, it is a patriarchal country here in America, right? But at the end of the day, women have rights, right? It's not required. If a woman is married and they buy property, it's not required for a man's name to be on the thing, right? When it comes to ideals of divorce in Guyana and now, I guess, ideals of domestic violence and all that, I can't even imagine what the laws would be like. If that's the law for them just buying stuff, I'm fairly confident maybe a man could beat his wife and the wife can't do nothing.
Oh, they have a lot of
right? Exactly. My mom said they have a lot of domestic disputes in Guyana, right? So that's a country that is like extremely patriarchal, it seems like, right? And I never knew that before, right? So knowing that now, it's like, oh wow, Guyana's cool, but like, wow, at least now when you're in Guyana, I gotta like, I've never in the past pointed out my ideals of like, oh, this is patriarchal, this is patriarchy, but I've gotten comfortable doing that, but now I'm not doing that and I go in Guyana. I'll wait until like I come home and I'll post my videos about, oh, what I found patriarchal to be in Guyana, right? So, yeah, you just always gotta be aware about different things.
Environment where they have like, those rural areas.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Access to television or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the Amazon where
oh,
it's like
yeah.
I'm man and you woman. One time I was, remember once, I don't know if you remember, he was in the market, and this Buckman, he was yelling at the woman and telling her stuff, and some women was out there around him, so some women was like, no, you ain't gonna do her nothing. She's not in the mountains, she's here in the city.
And that's something to point out too, like the women of Guyana that like my mom have communicated with and I've communicated with, they're very like strong. They seem very independent and protective, but at the end of the day, right, remember, a woman can be as strong as possible, they can be as independent as possible but when it comes to the law, and if they come into contact with the legal system of Guyana, it could not work in their favor, right? So when I'm talking about Guyana now and saying, oh, I have to be careful about what I say and all this stuff, I'm not talking about the females, right? Because the females are very strong, they're very protective, right? We've met females in Guyana who are very kind, we've met who are very mean, right? We've met both ends of the spectrum. However, like if you're a female at its core, protection comes in the form of saying, yes, how do you communicate with the residents there? But at the same time, it's also, if I ever was in a situation where I came into contact with the legal system of this country, how would they treat me? I feel like Guyana is not one that is going to be protective or advocate for females' rights as much as America will a little bit, right? So that's always important to think about too, I think. Drake said, those are the type of men that have me embarrassed to be a man. The more we kissing the women, like doing the sounds. That's weird. It's weird, yeah.
Those are, they just, it's like cavemen. They
Oh,
do
yeah.
what they have learned.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
will
know
say,
any better.
yeah, like it only happens like if like when we're walking like out to like get the bus or something for people who are working on the houses. Those are the people who do that. But once you get in the city, I feel like, and once you go into like, I guess, government buildings or like malls where people work there in a professional capacity, they don't do that. So I guess what my mom said, it's like the cave people, the country people who do that. But like when you're talking about the people who like work for places, it's not like that.
It's where they're working. You went to the ghetto a lot of times. You ever experienced that in the ghetto?
Yeah, isn't that where it first happened when I was a kid?
It happened to you when you was a kid?
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. I think so. Like it wasn't as prominent, I don't think, but occasionally it's either, I feel like in the ghetto, they'll just stop and stare at you. Which is kind of scary. It's much more scary because you'll be walking and just a male will stop and just stare at you. I'm like, okay. That's weird. No, right? But I feel like, as my mom said, oftentimes when you hear like the kisses, that's more so like with the workers who work on the houses. I guess they're more so from the country. But yes, it happened when I was a kid, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why once we had a discussion about Guyana, and we were talking about perverts one time, and like when I was a kid, I remember it got so bad. I remember one time where like the males in my family, my mom had to go and talk to them and be like, "Hey, can you go speak to these workers because they always bother me when we would like walk to like pass them. They would always say something." And my mom literally had to send the males in her family to like go and talk to those people and be like, "Leave her alone," right? And that's when I was a kid, right? So, and like I said, yeah, because it was really nasty. Yeah.
They were so disrespectful.
Yes, exactly. So, and I feel like, and I guess that's why I have my weight ideals of dressing too, because even when that happened, I just wore a lot of rompers when I was a kid in Guyana. Just like the rompers, like the shorts, the outfits, because it's comfortable, it's things, so it's a normal outfit, and it never was tight or anything. But I guess when people do that to you, as you internalize, oh, is it what I'm wearing? Why are they just being rude? Why are they being disrespectful? But God has a lot of perverts too, right? I'm fairly confident in saying that. I don't care. Because I remember last time we were in Guyana, my mom said it, I was on stream, an old person, literally a grandpa, was looking at me, and great grandpa, and a great grandpa was looking at me, and I didn't see the person. My mom saw the person, and she's like, "Why are you looking at my daughter?" And he was like, "Oh, she's nice." Like, what do you mean she's nice? And they're not saying, "Oh, I'm a nice person." They're saying, "Oh, she's nice, like she's pretty." What is a grandpa saying that for? Right? And obviously a grandpa can say somebody's pretty, but they can do it in a respectful way and they can do it in a disrespectful way. He did it in a disrespectful way. Exactly, right? So, Guyana has a lot of perverts, right? But it's a lot of things. But it's also a really cool country to visit too. So, do recommend you visit.
And then your next sentence
just do your research, right? I've shown you the videos of what my mom and I have done in Guyana, right? There's a lot more you can do in Guyana, but I just showed you what we do, and yeah, just don't let the girl children walk the streets by herself. If you're a female and you visit Guyana, if you feel more comfortable visiting with a male because it seems like it is a country that is patriarchal, you can do that too. But I would always say visit with somebody else. I wouldn't visit Guyana by myself. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't visit it by myself. I would only ever go there with somebody else in my family, my mom. She's the only person I would go there with. But like, if my mom didn't want to go, somebody else in my family was going, I'd probably go with them. No, I wouldn't. I'm only going with my mom. But I would just not go there by myself. I'd go to Europe by myself. I'll go to Paris by myself. I'll go to Brussels by myself. I'll go to London by myself. But I want to go to Ghana by myself, right? So yeah. Evan said, yeah, I posted the glasses too. They're a nice lilac tint. Okay. When I'm being harassed, Evan said, I act. You act deaf and start using sign language. No one can prove otherwise. Hey, that's smart. That's smart, honestly. That's smart. I meant your
Yeah, but
description
then
of
they
harassment's
try,
funny.
don't
Oh,
take
okay.
advantage of you even more. You gotta be
Oh,
careful
yeah,
too.
sure, my mom said.
Thinking you can't
Yeah,
scream.
she said my mom, they might try and take advantage of you a little more, thinking you can't scream. Evan said, according to men, women from third world countries are the best women. I wonder why. Oh,
Submissiveness.
yeah. Oh, yeah. My mom said they're probably more submissive. So yeah, and you know why too? Because third world countries, God is cheap compared to most, but it's also expensive.
And it's
So
poor.
yeah,
The
it's
money
poor.
goes a
So
long
yeah,
way.
so women from third world. Because remember, I'm fairly confident that, as I always say, guys, men like to call females a gold digger, but I always say a male will not marry an ugly female, right? And either, if you don't want to call female gold digger, if you are a male, you either have to marry a female who's either if below your economic status, right? Or you got to be willing to marry that female and work your way up to earn more money than that female, so she can't be a gold digger for you. I feel like the only man, I feel like, in my opinion, men only call females a gold digger when they can't afford that female, and they are upset at that female for wanting a certain lifestyle. It doesn't make any sense, right? So I feel like, Evan, in my opinion, men will say women from third world countries are better for them because those men are probably not from third world countries. They're probably from first world countries, second world countries, and their money goes a long way,
Yeah,
right?
it's a money
So
thing.
yeah, so like they're rich for that
In
female,
the first
right?
world country, they're considered poor, but in a third world country, they're very wealthy.
Exactly. Yes, King of the Weather, you can spam. I'll give you 15 spams. Hey, Jukebox, how are you doing? Jake said, it's still that way in Nigeria. You need a man's name. Wow. To get on the lease to get housing, which is a culture shock to me. Wow, it's crazy. Wow.
Oh, Nigeria has it.
Yeah. Hey, Jess, how are you doing? You have a blessed day. Same to you, same to you. How are you doing today? May God bless you as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. Drake said, no, I'm talking about the taxi driver your mom talked to. Jake said to say a man is not supposed to do anything. Yeah, that's what the taxi driver said for a woman, while also saying it's her duty to serve as well. It was crazy when he said that. I looked at my mom.
I'm a
crazy.
fighter, but I know when not to fight.
Yeah.
I know when not to fight.
Yeah. Jake said that's sad having to watch what you wear because creepy dudes can't control themselves. Yeah, and it's like I could wear whatever, like, like I said, I could wear whatever I want if I wanted to, but I guess it's proactive so people don't say anything in general, right? And I'm more and like I don't like tight clothes anyway, so like I guess I don't know, maybe the reason why I don't like tight clothes is because when I was a kid, I wouldn't wear tight clothes, but I would just wear regular shorts and crop tops together, and people would always say something, which I didn't like. So I guess a way to prevent that from happening, I just automatically grew up and started to not like tight clothes, right? So like I said, I'll still wear crop tops and shorts, right? But I'll balance it out, right? I'm not gonna wear them together, etc. Yeah, and as my mom said, when you go to a country, you got to know how to dress to fit into the culture, right? So like when I go to Dubai one day or Saudi Arabia, I do not have to wear hijab. You have to dress modestly there, right? Modestly just means your knees are covered, your elbows are covered, etc. Right? So yeah, but get used to it. But I feel like it's somewhat. I don't know if it's got. I don't want to say it's gotten better because like I guess I've just gotten older. And you know what I heard? I heard a statistic one time. I don't know how true it is, but a researcher, they said that like males like females who are like 10 to 20 years younger than them, which is that's kind of disturbing, particularly the 20-year mark, right? But so like if you think about it, when I was a kid, a pervert who was like 20, they're gonna catcall a 10-year, which is disgusting. It is disgusting. I'm not justifying, but it is disgusting. So it's gotten much better. Like when I say better, it doesn't happen as often to me now, which I'm grateful for, right? Or maybe I have a lot of gynae supporters now. So you're hearing me talk about it. So you're telling your people not to catcall Mia because I don't like it. Thank you for that, right? But I feel like since I've gotten older, it's gotten much better. It still happens occasionally, right? But it's not as much as when I was a kid, which I am grateful for. So yeah, it's a good thing, I think.
Well, you know what they stay away from? Not all Guyanese men, first of all, because they're very respectful. They're very
there are some who are respectful. Yeah, I'm not talking about all.
We even have family members.
Exactly.
That's a lot of men and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But you know what happened to those people that was catcalling you, and maybe that's why they try to get you when you're young. They see your energy now. They see your confidence. They see that you walk with. People can tell if you have sense. Maybe it's like prey.
Oh, that
They
makes
try to prey on
sense.
the weak and the vulnerable. So
Yeah.
so all they know to do is the hey gal,
Oh,
the
that makes sense. I
limited.
never thought about that.
You understand? That's
Yeah.
what they know. So now when they see you coming, they see royalty and they know you're not on their level. So they know
You're
that to keep
funny.
away the hey gal, you're above that. That's what
That's funny.
happened.
I really wish internet worked in South America, guys. But that just would be very funny. But yeah. But like my mom said, we have male family members and they are respectful, right? We've met strangers in South America who are very respectful. So we're not talking about all males. I'm just talking about in the past from my experience, but there are a lot of respectful people in South America too, both male and female. So yeah. Hey Zeke, how are you doing today? On a scale of 0 to 100%, if you died tonight, how sure are you that Christ would let you into heaven, and
Oh,
why is that?
She's going in.
Yeah, I'll give myself like
Both, both,
99%.
both sides want her. One
Oh
side
my
want
god,
her
mommy.
to change
Really?
her, and the other side know that she's an angel that belongs here.
I'll
She's
give
going in and
Yeah, I'll give myself 99% that I'm getting into heaven for sure. 1%, why I said the 1% not because nobody's perfect, right? And God says, "Thou shalt love thy enemy as thy friend," or whatever.
as thyself.
As thyself. I know. Or no, or the God, or they said you should forgive people who trespass. No, you betray me, I ain't forgiving you. Like no. So yeah. So you got that 1%. Maybe that's 2%, so 98%.
Mia took away one of her
So yeah.
1% because she's carrying hate for her enemy.
I don't have hate. It's just like you betrayed me. You trespassed against me. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna forgive and forget.
After you get the slap, you're not giving them your right one to slap the other one.
No.
You're not giving them your shirt.
No. So that's why I lose maybe 1%.
No, you know what's funny? Where's the book? I gotta find the book. You know, in the Bible, right? It says if someone hit you on the left cheek, offer them your right one as well.
Yeah.
I have the Gosnick text that show you the entire paragraph, and that's not what it means.
Oh my god,
but
that's
they
funny.
just quoted that sentence, and it's a whole lot that came before.
Really? That's what I'm saying. The Bible, they took out certain parts of it.
The Bible, yeah. It's like they took. It's like your life, like you said. Mm-hmm. You have your 99% this getting in, but the 1% because you know you carry this. Yeah. So it's like you retelling your story. You would leave that 1% out and say, "Hey, it was perfect. Here's the 99%."
That is true.
And that's what they did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did.
Yup. Tornado warning in Indiana. Stay safe if you're in Indiana. There's a tornado watch in Texas. Wow. Stay safe if you're in Texas and in Indiana, guys. We don't want you being like Dorothy, so don't go outside.
Dorothy?
Yeah, didn't she get swept up in the tornado?
Hey, but she'll get to say, "I'm off to see the wizard."
Oh, that is true. That's true. Jake said, "I'm agreeing with Mia. I'm not forgiven either." Like, for real, dude. Like, we don't forgive that. Like, you want to betray me, and then you want me to forgive the betrayer? Like, guys, look at King Solomon. When he annihilated everybody. No, it wasn't Solomon. It was David. When he annihilated everybody, he took out everybody. God, it's in the Bible, my mom said. God said even kill the animals. So, God himself, when he's telling people to annihilate people, he's telling them not to leave anything. So why am I going to forgive my neighbor? That's like me not listening to God. I'm not going to annihilate you, obviously.
But King David
no.
was doing God's work.
I'm doing God's work as well. The Spirit of God lives within me. All right? So I'm doing his work as well.
I'm scared of you.
So, yeah. What? How are you scared of me? I'm not annihilating nobody. I'm not crazy. But, like, I'm just saying I'm not forgiven. Not forgiven is a new form of annihilation, guys. So, yeah. King of Weather said there's a tornado warning in Oklahoma. Stay safe. Wow. Hopefully it's not coming to New York. Is that why it's supposed to rain a lot this weekend? Because of tornadoes in all those states? That makes sense if it is. I never thought about that. But shout out to you, King of the Weather. You're keeping us well informed and up to date. Ow, my jaw just cracked. I yawned and my jaw just cracked. That is so weird, guys. Oh my gosh. It's okay though, but like that's very weird. Weird. But yeah, that's basically it, honestly. So yeah. Great discussion, guys. Thank you so much for your engagement. Love the discussion. It was very entertaining. We spoke about a few different things on this Friday Manicure Monday live streaming session. As I said, I'm gonna live stream tomorrow as well. I feel like I might do multiple streams tomorrow, right? Because we're going outside. So yeah, we'll see. We'll do multiple streams tomorrow. I think we may or may not, depending on what we do tomorrow. But like I said, we're not gonna be doing the 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream tomorrow, but we'll do one. What are your plans? We're going to the movies tomorrow. And then hopefully, maybe Queen Mother said she's thinking about it. I want to go to a pop-up event where you can get free stuff. It's not one like where you have to buy stuff. Why you're like, Mia, why you gotta go with your mommy? Because I don't go by myself, that's why. And we're already going outside anyway. You just have to go outside a little earlier. So we might go to a pop-up event tomorrow. We may not. Depends on what Queen Mother wants to do, how early she wants to leave the house. So if we go to the pop-up event, I'll live stream that for you guys. But if we don't go to the pop-up event, I'll live stream either before the movies or after the movies. I'll do a live stream there. We're going to see Michael Jackson. So that's basically it. What are you guys doing tomorrow? I know I asked, but I don't think anybody answered. So yeah, what's happening with you guys tomorrow, or this weekend? What are your plans? It's raining a lot tomorrow. That's the only thing. So if we do go to the pop-up tomorrow and it's raining, it won't be a long line because the rain. So that's the good thing. That's so mean, but I'm just saying. So yeah. But what's happening, guys? What are you guys doing tomorrow or this weekend? If you have T-Mobile and you want to go to the movies, look and see if you get $5 tickets. If you have that. Exactly. We can all go see the movie and we can all discuss it for Sunday's live stream, right? King of Leather said it's sunny in Oregon. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it was a sunny day today in New York as well. It was a little windy, but it was pretty sunny, which I'm happy about. Okay, studying, you'll be on campus tomorrow. Okay, very nice, very nice. So, yes, that'll be me next year studying as well. So, yeah, enjoy your studying. I'm sorry that I said that, but studying can be fun sometimes. But, yeah, happy studying, Drake. You're going to do great. Summer is almost near, right? So, as a medical student, I don't know if you still get summer breaks. You might be working over the summer, but at least you won't have to worry about anxiety over exams, right? So happy studying. You're going to do great. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah, take your time. Make sure to eat.
Oh, yeah, make sure to
Make sure
eat.
to rest.
Yeah.
And you know the stuff, Drake.
Yup.
You know it.
Exactly. You got this. You got this. It's like G. When he plays this game, he always says, I got this. I got this. I'm like, where did he get that from? That's a meme. But yeah, you got this. You got it. So yeah. But confirmed tornado in Oklahoma. Wow. If you are a supporter reporting live from Oklahoma, stay safe. Do not go outside if you don't have to. Drake said, Mom, I'm not going to lie. Haven't been eating or will eat once a day.
No,
not good.
Not good, Drake,
yeah.
You have so many different things going on. You remember, your body, your mind is the most important thing, and you're thinking.
Yup.
So you have to eat breakfast.
Yup.
You can have a light lunch, but have a proper dinner.
Yup.
And a proper breakfast.
Yup.
So try and eat.
Yup. So definitely do that. I mean, what helped with me when I was in school, I didn't eat a lot either. Mostly because the food sucked. Snacks. I know snacks are unhealthy, but snacks are a good thing to have. Yeah, like good snacks. Yeah, I used to skip a lot of meals too. But like I'm saying, what helped me not skip a lot of meals was having the snacks that I liked, right? So good snacks that I liked, then it's easy, particularly if it's prepackaged, you could just throw it in your bag. And try new things, because when you have like a fixation on something or obsession with something for a short period of time, you're more likely to eat. So it's like I never really ate breakfast a lot, but like last semester, my mom, when she moved me in, she found turkey sausage, and I've never had turkey sausage prior to that when my mom bought it last year for me. So when I taste it, like, this is really good. So I would always go to Walmart and I would buy the turkey sausage, and I would always force myself to make it for breakfast because it was really good. So you gotta try new things and see what you like. And if you might become obsessed with it, and you'll eat it. So that'll force you to eat, if that makes sense. So yeah. King of the Weather said, there's weather spotters confirmed tornado. Okay, weather spotters confirmed the tornado in Oklahoma. I feel like confirmed. Yes, because I said it weird the first time. Drake said, my mom be bringing me food a few times a month. That's really nice to your mom. Shout out to your mom for that. That's really cool. It's really cool, Drake.
Yeah, Mom, that's a fantastic mom. That's what I said. Doesn't
Yo.
matter how old our kids get. We're proud and happy, but we'll always make sure that we take. Tell Dre. I ain't gonna say because Mia's gonna come for me, but Drake know me, so he know what I was about to say.
What?
Drake know me. He know what I was.
What are you gonna say?
I ain't gonna say because you gonna back.
Say it.
Drake, it's time for you maybe perhaps to think about a wife.
Oh.
A wonderful wife. Oh, let me say it's a wonderful thing. Let me tell you guys.
What's a wife gonna do if he's hungry?
Let me tell y'all something. I don't care. It's a wonderful thing if you find a wonderful partner.
Jake is like they knew it. Roll eyes emoji.
Okay. If you find a wonderful husband, if you find a wonderful wife, and you guys become power, and you know what power is? You basically uplift each other, motivate each other, help each other accomplish things, be loyal to each other, be true to each other, travel together, have fun together, shop together, eat great things together, take care of mommy me together. Oh my goodness.
She just said take care of mom. She made sure to throw mothers in there, guys. That's really funny.
Don't let anybody fool you. There are bad marriages in the world. There are bad relationships in the world because people settle. Because people settle because of this or because of that. But all of you people, everyone that basically, whether you're educated by hearing my voice and someone's experience, don't let them block you from marriage. Marriage is a good thing. You just have to find the right person. And like I said, it takes 5 years to get to know somebody. 5 years. Don't let nobody fool you because it's a big, big decision and it's not something that you do lightly. But hopefully, pray that God will bless you with a wonderful partner in life and all the work that you're doing. He will come and add to it, and you guys will just have a fantastic life and have 50 years together, 60 years together. Accomplishing what you want to accomplish, reproducing each other. It's a good thing.
Okay, yeah, but I don't, guys. Oh my God. But if you guys are hungry, a wife or a husband is not gonna feed you.
Yeah, it is.
All right. No. We don't adhere to the patriarchy here.
If you have a great
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Father,
sorry, God.
And you grow up and stuff.
Really, it's not gonna break. I'm just building a tower, alrighty.
When you're aching, and
not
they
gonna
can't
break.
massage you, they're gonna massage.
Okay.
So
ain't nobody pay for you to get, guys. You just reminded me. You know my mom did literally last weekend. Last weekend I was still experiencing jet lag. Guys, no. But let me provide. Stop talking. Stop. Why you adding on? Stop talking. This is what happened, guys. I was still going through jet lag, right? And my mom FaceTimes me at like 9 p.m. Mind you, I'm tired. She wakes me up from my sleep at 9 p.m. And it was jet lag, so I was really, really tired. She's like, can you come rub my back? I can't move.
I was in pain.
I'm like, where's your husband? I hang up the phone. I'm like, where's your husband? Okay, she calls me again. She's like, I can't move. Okay. Guys, I wake up. I walk down the stairs. I can't even open my eyes. I'm still tired. You know Stu is lying right next to her on the phone?
He gets bad.
Stu is lying on the bed. Stu was lying on the bed right next to my mom on his phone laughing. That made me so upset. Like, you wake me up and your husband is right next to you. So what are you saying right now? What is she saying right now?
Stu gives
like, that made me so upset.
And in his mind, it was an hour. Because he would give
she didn't ask him probably.
Like, oh, that was good, right? I was like,
and Stu knew what he did because he don't look at me. He don't look at me. He knew what he did. He knew what he did was wrong because he did not even look at me. What do you mean that I'm tired? You wake me up. I come downstairs thinking he is sleeping. He is lying down right next to her on his phone. All he has to do is stretch out his hand.
Because I was in so much pain, I needed a proper massage.
What madness is that, man?
I don't even want,
that made me so upset.
I don't even want a 2-second massage anymore. Because he don't think he give it 2 seconds.
That made me so upset, man.
And so I don't even
That's messed up.
So that's why I call you.
That made me so upset, guys. We're not arguing, Nick. King of the Weather, when we talk loud to each other, we're not arguing. That's That's just how my mom and I talk. You don't blame him. That was messed up, guys. That made me so sad, man. I'm like, I literally couldn't open my eyes. I was still sleeping. I was so tired. I was so tired. Like I have no problem giving my mom a massage, but like,
why don't Nick don't blame him? Let Nick
that was messed up.
Give some details.
Yeah, elaborate, Nick.
That's why I said that how a marriage could be fantastic, but you guys have to find the right person. Don't you know? You hear a lot of people would say, "Who are you planning on marrying? Who are they people? Let me know them." Those are realistic questions. What is this person about? Like I said, how you guys are, your generation is so blessed where you know the bad and you know the good, but you learn from the bad, but you don't let anybody block your blessing and say this is horrible. If you make the wrong decision, it will be horrible, but you can make the correct decision and it could be fantastic because there are fantastic marriages, there are fantastic relationships. The most important thing in a relationship, you have to have love, you have to have trust. And if you are a worker, how are you gonna get somebody that don't have ambition and just accept the bare minimum? If your life is at the bare minimum and that's all you want, how are you gonna go with somebody that is ambitious and trying to accomplish more? It's not gonna work. You're gonna crash. Ain't no loving that incredible. You're gonna get tired of the loving.
Okay.
I'm done.
Thank you. Okay. Can I hear you snore? I don't think I snore, Anthony. And I don't think I will ever do a sleep-in stream. Ew, that's nasty. Really? But yeah, so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. This was definitely a long one. Definitely enjoyable. So as I said, I'll be back with another stream tomorrow. But if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to type it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer it for you guys. So as I said, tomorrow I might do multiple live streams. I might do one, but it's not going to be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I like to put that disclaimer in there. Your phone battery died. Oh no. I left the comment, but you never responded. Yeah, I responded, Evan. Your phone probably died. What was your comment, though? I'm going to go back up and see if I see it. You said a lot of comments. Let's see. Which one were you referring to? I didn't respond. If you were talking about the thing about, like, harassment and females' rights, definitely consider rewinding the stream because I gave a very lengthy answer for that one, and I don't want you to miss anything, so definitely consider checking that one out. But, yeah. Nick said, I'm ready. Alright, don't swallow a bottle of aspirin. That's not good. Call 911 or 988 if you have mental health, negative thoughts about yourself. Alrighty?
Don't let anything or anyone push you to hurt yourself. Remember, God took his time in designing you. The creator, I don't know what you call him, but the creator took its time to design you and allow you to be in this world, and you came here for a purpose. And do not rob yourself of doing things like that to harm yourself. You know, life can get tough. It's not easy. It's a struggle. But always think you're not the only one. Many of us out here have struggled. Yeah. But the reason why you see them on the other side is because we didn't give up. Don't give up.
Never back down, never what? Never give up. Never back down, never what? Never give up.
I remember there were days, Mia did a video the other day after planting. I remember when I first started out life, I had to eat plantains every day, and I had friends and everybody around me. And I used to go to their house, and it was all pretty, and they had like the best food. I remember I told Mia I had a girlfriend that lived downstairs in the building where I lived. I used to go and cook for her, visit her every day and cook, just so that I could have something to eat. Because if you are to cook, you're able to get something to eat too. You know? So and some people may look at that like, hey, that's so I can't imagine myself going through that. I would rather just give up. You cannot give up. And this is before I had my children. You know? So life gets easier, it gets better. Believe me, you are strong. Always remember that the Creator created you and the Creator lived within you. So there's nothing. And everything that you go through in life, it
okay,
may hurt.
Mom, yeah.
You may not like it, you may not understand it, but you will survive.
Yes, survive. Yep. Nice. Hey Dennis, glad you could be here. Jake said they agree with everything you said. You're taking everything in, Mom. Hey Dennis, glad you could be here. Glad you could be on the stream. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you're welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. Yes, this is a very smart, positive, unique, and chat. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind, respectful way racist discrimination is not, you're not welcome on the stream. If you want to be racist and discriminatory, bye-bye. But yeah, Evan said, sorry, I know you responded, my battery died. Is always okay, it's okay. For me, whenever there are issues and problems, I can always rely on Mia to give me positive solution. Well, thank you, Evan, for your kind words. I really do appreciate it. That is a very wonderful compliment, as Queen Mother said. So yeah, we wanted to see you on the streets of London, Evan, but we weren't able to see you.
Tell Evan the next time I come back to London, you have to meet me at Poppy.
Yeah.
Because that's the only great restaurant that I found in London.
Yup. What are your goals and interests? A lot of different things. And one of the main goals and interests that I have is to be my positive and unique self, and to encourage other individuals, other humans, to be their positive and unique self. So if you would like to be part of a community where you are aiming, where you want to have that message bestowed upon you, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and immerse yourself into the world of Unique Lamia. I would also love to pay off my student loan debt via social media one day. So if you would like to contribute to that, like the video, subscribe, and immerse yourself once again into the world of Unique Lamia, from the full nutritional YouTube videos to the YouTube shorts and prior live streams. What are we saying? Nick said, I was so relaxed until I started listening to you. Oh, okay.
Wait, what Nick said?
Oh my
he was
God.
so relaxed until he started listening to you.
Yeah.
So you're not relaxed anymore? So what, you want to seal it now?
Evan said Queen Mother's stories are amazing. Queen Mother is really a good mentor and advisor.
Evan, it's just life. Let me tell you, I think we all have an amazing story, but the difference is a lot of people gatekeep it because either people are ashamed of it or people don't want to remember it. But I try to share because I believe we are all we stand on the ladders of those that came before us. And if you love people, you try to share it. Not everybody is going to hear it. Not everybody's going to receive it, and that's okay because I don't try to force it. I just share it and move on.
Yeah, true. This is made in France, guys. Gotta eat this before it spoils. You both make me feel like crying. That means you're really happy. Drake said, y'all have to come to Chicago.
Really?
What?
What he said? Who said we sorry if we make you feel, we don't want to make you feel like crying. I hope we bring you joy, some type of laughter, some type of joy.
No.
Or is it tears of joy? Go ahead, sorry. You was reading.
Drake said, y'all have to come to Chicago and taste real pizza. Emphasis on real.
Ask Drake if he's inviting us.
Are you inviting us to Chicago, Drake?
Mia, Bianca, myself, and if we can get Stu, because you know Stu be working.
Yeah.
Somebody have to put in all this overtime. He works really hard, you know, so we'll definitely come out to, wait a minute, but I met a couple when I was in DR from Chicago, and they was telling me.
Yeah, Chicago's safe.
She got shot 3 times inside.
I feel like Chicago is safe, though, because there's an influencer on social media. She's from New York, and she bought a house in Chicago, and she could afford to get a house almost anywhere she wants. And she's my age. So good on her. Good on her. You guys may know who I'm talking about if you follow her on TikTok. Really cool influencer. Love her content. But yeah, so for real, one day for sure. But I think pizza in New York is the real pizza. That's crazy to me. But I guess she went to Columbia, so IVs came through and clutched for her to make her wealthy. So yeah.
Because I have to meet Drake.
Yeah. So guys, does anybody have any other comments, questions, or concerns for us? But like you said, when we go to Chicago one day, it gotta be in the summer. Because remember during the blizzard, Drake said it got to like 0 degrees. What do you mean 0 degrees? Glad you survived that, bro. That was terrible. Drake said Stu needs to come.
Okay, so we'll plan it. We'll
plan it. Okay, King of the Weather, just playing Roblox. Nice. Well, guys, thank you so much. If anybody has any other comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to type it in the chat. Be more than happy to answer it for you guys. But I do hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. I'm getting a little bit tired, but I'll stay on if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns. Queen Mother, you want to come talk to them?
They can hear me from here. What we want to talk
How about you come in? This way we could do a long stream and you can still talk to them. So come and sit in front of them and talk to them while I dip out.
I do not look cute
Guys, shouldn't Queen Mother and I do streams like that? Like when I start to get tired from the stream, she could hop in. Because it seems like anytime I end the stream, that's when I'm starting to end the stream. That's when people have a lot of questions for my mom sometimes, right? So she should come and sit here into the studio and have a chat session with y'all, and I could dip out.
That's a good idea.
So yeah. So come and sit down right now. Drake said, "Mom, you always look cute. Come and sit down. Come and sit down."
Okay, I'm above 50, and after you get after a certain age, we have to make sure our outfit is right, our hair is right.
I got a filter on. The filter will make you look good. It doesn't hide your mustache though. It doesn't hide your mustache though.
Give me a compliment or insult.
That's the only thing. You can still see my mustache clear as day. I don't care. But the filter will give you makeup, Mom. So.
You're telling me I have to fix myself up. I ain't got a thing. I can talk. I can speak from over here.
I want it. So what? They can look at the wall?
No, you could.
I don't want to sit here no more.
So go lay down and chat.
Oh my God.
You could chat and lay down.
I don't want to chat and lay down. Jake said you are a chocolate exactly. She a chocolate baddie. Slay chocolate baddie. You don't even look 40, right, Drake?
Oh my God.
Right? She a chocolate baddie. She a chocolate goddess. She not even a baddie. She a goddess. Slay Queen Mother. Slay.
You know.
But yeah, she is a goddess.
I don't know if they saw the video. You did a video of cooking the plantains and eggs.
No, they didn't see that yet. It's not released yet.
Well, when they see the video, you was describing the plantains. You was like, oh, you see how dark it looks? Mm-hmm. It looks like it don't taste good, right? But when you open it, it's just the sweetest thing ever. And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't hear you saying that because otherwise I would have jumped in and be like, it's not like you describing me.
Huh?
You ain't understand. You ain't understand. You missed it. You ain't get my joke. That's okay.
That did not sound funny at all.
It was funny. It was
no.
very funny.
Nick said, tell her to come on the stream, but leave her mouth over there.
Oh my goodness. Well,
what?
Well.
Bro, that's disrespectful.
That's Nick, right?
Yeah.
That's okay, I can take that. That's okay, I can take that. Nick can't handle me. He can't handle us. That's Nick's problem.
Mom, are you okay, man?
He can't handle it.
Sometimes she be, I don't know, that was a little overboard.
No, you can't let people bring you down. You can't let people take you out from being yourself. You understand? A lot of times people say stuff thinking that they will get to you or whatever. But once you are confident in who you are and what you're about, ain't nothing they can say to knock you out. Oh, didn't that just rhyme? I gotta rethink that.
I was blank. My mind went blank.
Yeah, you want something to eat? You want a snack?
No.
I got grapefruit for you.
You need to eat it. I don't want that.
It's sweet like sugar. Remember you said that?
I don't want that, man.
Huh?
No.
Would you like some
I'm telling you. No. No. That sounded kind of good, right, guys?
I would do
that sounded kind of good.
I'm trying to get together these documents.
So, don't disrespect Mom. 100% don't do that, guys. Leave all disrespect at the door. We don't have Snapple Peach tea, actually, Drake.
Yeah,
we don't. Forgot to buy it.
Right,
and we did go to the supermarket.
And she did not make a request for Snapple Peach tea.
Oh, we did go to the, I've kind of been watching what I've been eating. Europe made us all skinny. So...
Yeah,
Snapple has a lot of sugar in it. Even if I eat rice at home, I'm taking like 1 scoop of rice. So,
what did we not eat in Europe?
Rice. You said that already.
We didn't have rice. We didn't have Snapple.
Mm-hmm.
We have the soda, but they don't have. In Europe, the sodas really don't have any sugar.
Yeah.
You know, and we came back and I'm slim. I'm not slim like I want.
Really? You heard that, Mom?
What?
You heard my singing. Drake said that wasn't bad.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. No. He said I'm getting better. Hey. Can I be the next Beyonce?
You're yelling. No.
What? I could be the next Beyonce.
Beyonce?
I mean Beyonce.
Not even Beyonce. You put Beyonce.
Okay, let me try again. You guys think I'm getting good?
No.
Okay.
You know, Anna wanted to
and I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to sing a Dream Girl song.
No, you weren't blessed that way.
What's the Dream Girl song? We are the Dream Girl. I got me a Cadillac, Cadillac. Got me a Cadillac car.
Unless you're bringing people in in to give them a good laugh. Now, if you want to bring them in to give them a good laugh, we're going to make a ton of money once the show. I'll help you promote that show.
Really, bro? But I think it depends what note I sing. How about we just change the shirt to like this? Yeah, that'll look better. And it's a multifunctional shirt. You can wear it however you want to wear. It could be sleeve, it could be sleeveless, etc. But yeah, I think it's the notes. Depending on what notes I sing. Apologies if my voice got very loud. If you're wearing headphones.
My friend want to come by and do karaoke.
So, yeah.
She wants to come by this weekend, but
no.
You look him out. Look at her face.
I ain't cleaning up.
I know. I have a lot. I gotta get.
You made the mess, not me.
I'm working.
On a side.
Yeah, she wanted to do karaoke. Matter of fact, she said she wanted to come over today and do karaoke.
If you guys have never seen Dreamgirls, you should watch it. It is by far one of the greatest movies ever. Effie, what they did to my girl Effie. That's messed up.
I like too. I like
got me a Cadillac, got me a Cadillac car.
Not Cadillac. The one with Beyonce when she played Etta James.
I got no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know Beyonce played Etta James?
Nope. Never seen that before.
That's the name of it.
Nick said you weren't bad singing. You were terrible.
Nick is just trying to push your button.
Yes, Cadillac Records. That's the name of the song. That's a good song, yeah. I was obsessed with that song too.
Those words, but Nick is like staying off the grid.
Oh.
When they say negative stuff, it's really positive stuff.
But yeah,
don't push it
Cadillac Records is a good song. It is. All the songs in Dreamgirls are pretty good, honestly. It is. Should I put Nick in timeout? Oh no, no, you're all good. I sound like a rooster. It's okay, King of the Weather. It's okay. So yeah, yeah, all the songs from Dreamgirls are pretty good, honestly. I like Dreamgirls. It's a really good movie. So if you guys haven't seen it, you should watch it. The movie. What other movies did I like that's not Mr. Potter, Harry Potter? Hunger Games. If you haven't seen the Hunger Games.
You like, what's his name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Look at that movie now. Hunger
Stop.
Games. Put that off.
They're not in the Hunger Games. I don't know.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Not Hunger Games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not in the Hunger Games. He's in Divergent.
No, they're not.
North or Seven or whatever his name is.
What the world, bro? You
know.
get the name wrong. What's wrong? It's just a movie. They're just a character in a movie. You should watch Divergent. It's a really good movie series. I like The Maze Runner is good. Don't like Teresa.
You know what's the
they're
best
good.
movie of all time?
No.
The Matrix.
It's okay.
With Neo.
Yeah, The Matrix is good, but it's okay. It's good.
I like that.
My mom loves The Matrix.
Because I love Neo.
Really?
You know Neil is your guy that we walked up the steps, right?
That's John Wick, really?
That's John Wick. You didn't know that?
Really?
Yes, my dear. When in his older life.
Really? That's weird. I did not know that. Drake said, I love the Hunger Games. That's my Harry Potter. Yeah, the Hunger Games is really good. It really is. And they're coming out with a new Hunger Games. We're going to get Haymitch's story. Guys, are you prepared for Haymitch's story? Be honest. I'm ready for Haymitch's story, but we're gonna see all the sadness Haymitch went through, and he was in a quarter quell too. So, what do you mean Haymitch was in a quarter quell? So the quarter quells are the worst of the Hunger Games, guys. It's the worst because it's like you're bringing the victors back, and it's just worse. They just do the arenas are much more crazy in quarter quells. So, yeah. Really excited to see it. They have to go backwards. They can't go forward because they already took out Snow in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, right? So no more President Snow, no more Hunger Games. And we're gonna get Katniss and Peeta. We're gonna get Katniss again.
I prefer Divergent.
Yeah, Divergent is good. I like Divergent too. I'm really happy they never made the fourth movie in Divergent because what do you mean that they meant Trish died and that 4 married Christina? No. So I'm really happy they never made the 4th movie, but there's the books. So, yeah. But Divergent is a really good movie. It's a really good movie. They have the fractions. Divergent is science fiction, apocalyptic, and action all mixed together. So, it's a really good movie. I feel like people know about it, but not a lot of people always talk about it. So, if you guys have never seen Divergent, do definitely recommend you watch. When you're watching, remember Uniquely Me is a Dauntless. Queen Mother. Yeah, right. I'm a Dauntless.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean, yeah, right? I'm a Dauntless.
To jump over those buildings.
I'm a Dauntless.
Yeah,
so who are you? you?
Without your glasses.
That's so rude.
No, because it's true. You ain't see me shoot. You scared of that.
That's so rude.
Wait. You be thinking that they already gone to
Oh
train
my
going
god.
up there when you
That's so rude. My mom is Amity. She thinks she's Dauntless, but she's Amity.
What's Amity?
They farm the land. They're peaceful.
Girl, please. I look like a farmer to you.
You're peaceful. You can be peaceful. You can be the lady. She's the leader of Amity. You don't have to farm nothing.
Yeah, right.
So what are you? We think you are.
I don't know what I am. I have to look at it again.
Oh, not really? Okay.
But I know I'm not no farmer because I can't take that.
They're not just farmers. They're kind. They're not just farmers.
That kind.
They're kind. Well, you're not a candor. They always tell the truth. You could be erudite. They're the people who know everything, but they're also against Dauntless. You are not a Dauntless, Mom. You're not. So you're just fractionless then.
No, what's fractioning?
You don't got a fraction.
And I'm just out there crazy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not that. Then look.
You gotta choose somebody.
Okay. Honestly, to put me in a particular category, you gotta look at my life.
Oh my
okay.
God.
So honestly, critique me based on what you know of me, about me. Put me in a category.
You would be erudite, honestly. If I'm being honest, you'd be erudite.
What's erudite?
They're the ones who like lead everybody. They're like the government, but they're also very smart. So they always are studying and stuff. So yeah, she would be an erudite. If I'm being honest, my mom's an erudite. So yeah, but I'm a Dauntless. If I ever got a tattoo, I would be like Trish Pryor, and I would get the tattoos on my collarbone. But I'm scared of needles, so I could be Trish Pryor. I could be fighting. I'm not gonna fight, but I could be fighting.
No,
so
you have to be,
I am Dauntless.
The smart one, and the one if the fighting comes too close, you'll be like,
no. Really? No.
You'll be like,
I'm Dauntless.
Remember? Tell them.
I'm Dauntless.
Tell them about that experience you had when you had the mediation and the girl started cursing. Remember when you was an RA and you had to mediate?
What about it?
Tell them how you reacted.
No, I just asked her if she okay, and I told my supervisor.
When the girl started cursing, the roommates started cursing at each other, how quick did you run out the mediation and leave them?
Oh, if they want to fight, what am I gonna do?
Me and Brett out.
I ain't doing that.
You were supposed to be the mediator.
Mediator, not a mediator for a fight.
I was like, you left them. She said they started cursing
Really?
at each other. I was like, oh my goodness.
So, Drake said they're ready for the new movie. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited to see it too. I was already in my calendar. I'm always excited for Hunger Game movies. Any apocalyptic movie are really good. First, it was the Twilight Saga, like the Twilight series used to come out every November. And then once Twilight finished, they moved on to Hunger Games. And now they really don't have a November annual thing, like a movie that comes out every November, like a trilogy. So the author's still writing books about the Hunger Games. So the Hunger Game is probably our new It movies and books.
Okay, after you have been obsessed with like Harry Potter and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you finally was given the opportunity to go and visit where it was created and all that stuff. How did it make you feel? And did it exceed your expectations, or what did it do for you?
I don't know. I had fun. I liked it. It was cool to just see the sets. Like that's what it was. It was like a museum that you paid a lot of money to go into. That's what it was. But it was fun to see it, right? It was like you stepped into the movie a little bit. I mean, I obviously knew the movie was white. Like you knew it was a white movie, but I guess going there and seeing the other people who were there. There was only 2 other black people, guys. 2 other black people, and it was like hundreds of white people. So we do see it's a white movie, and Stu did point out, look at the actors, they're all white. I already knew that, right? In the movie, they probably only have like 1 black actor, and they disappear a little bit as the movie goes on. But I don't really care about the race. Like the race that wasn't important to me in the movie. It was just the universe that was created, that she created was really cool. The idea of like magic and like just the idea of magic, and this is the school you go to and all that. So going to the Harry Potter studios for me, it was really fun, and I did like it, honestly. So yeah, I had fun. I don't want to say it exceeded my expectations or anything, but I guess it just met my expectations and what I had. And I really didn't have like a preconceived notion of what to expect. And I learned a lot of things that I didn't notice in the movie. Like I never knew it was a July movie. My mom, she was able to see like the things that Albus Dumbledore had. He had like the oxen ring, his jewelry. And I was like, yeah, Egyptian writing was like all around in like within his character. So that was pretty cool.
So they gave respect to
Yeah,
where it originated.
exactly. And we wouldn't have known that if we never went there before, so it was pretty cool. So yeah, I liked it. Nick said, Jake say everything that you like. He likes. I like everything your mother says. Okay, cool. Drake said that's valid though, Mia. Mia didn't sign up to be a bodyguard or referee. Exactly. It's like when I was in RA, they were like, oh, if a resident vomits, you have to clean it up. I was like, I'm not cleaning up vomit. I never told them, but I'm like, I'm not cleaning up vomit if somebody vomits. I'm calling the supervisor to do that, right? So there's just certain things I'm not like, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah. But it's cool I always say if you guys want to be an RA, definitely do it. You get the perks for it. You get like, depending on the school, you get housing, you get meal plan. But outside of the benefits for it, you do get like a lot of different work experience, which is cool, something to add onto your resume, right? So yeah, it's a lot of work though. No matter how much you work, they're not gonna pay you what you're worth, but it works out in the end. You get more. Just more when it comes to job experience and all that. So it was cool. Did like it. But yeah. What are we saying? But yeah, that's basically it. So guys, does anybody have any other comments, questions, or concerns? You got some movie recommendations from Unique Lamia and Queen Mother. We recommend that you see The Hunger Games, Divergent if you haven't already. Yeah, those are some 2 movie recommendations. The Matrix, Queen Mother really likes. I do like The Matrix too. Kind of forgot about it. The Fifth Element. I saw that's on Netflix too. So The Fifth Element was cool. When I was a kid, I always wondered why they never created the first, second, or fourth Element movie. Still curious to know why you just skip to the fifth. But it's a good movie too, The Fifth Element. It's on Netflix. So yeah. But guys, like I said, I'll do another stream tomorrow. More so spontaneous. I don't know what time, but YouTube has been good at notifying you guys about my live streams, which I'm happy about. I guess I haven't been streaming, I haven't gone live for a while, so now they're good at notifying you guys. So even though it's gonna be more so of a spontaneous live stream tomorrow, you'll get a notification. Yeah, The Fifth Element is an old movie. Yeah, but I don't know how. I think my mom showed it to me when I was a kid, and I just liked it. And anytime it popped up on YouTube or something, I would just always watch it. It's cool. They have the blue alien lady, and they have the other alien lady with the red hair, and then that's when you put the food. No, that's not. No, that's Spy Kids. Watch Spy Kids if you haven't already. I like Spy Kids. That's a good movie. The original Spy Kids with Junie and his sister. I forgot his sister name. But yeah, I like Spy Kids. It's cool. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being on the stream.
Thank you guys so much. It's been great chatting with you, laughing with y'all. Stay blessed.
You're not watching Spy Kids. It's a good movie. It's not trash, man.
Yeah, I didn't like Spy Kids. That's so boring.
You don't like it, Mom? Really?
No, it's so boring.
I thought you liked it.
So boring. Good night.
They have the thumbs. Like you beat up the thumbs.
Anyone to rob you of your joy.
Why even recommend that? Because it's a good movie. That's fine. But thank you, Jake. Thank you, King of Weather. You are a great moderator. Thank you, Drake, for being here. Thank you, King of Weather, for being here. Thank you, Katz, for being here. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Vernon. Special shout out to Vernon, Katz, for donating. Eva for donating for today's stream. Thank you, Evan, for being here. Thank you, Dennis, for being here. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, King of the Weather, as I said. Thank you, Kalia. Thank you, 28, for being on today's live stream. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Raphael, for being on today's live stream. Special shout out to everyone for donating your time and energy. Thank you, February, also known as Christina, for being on the live stream. Exactly. Thank you, Harold, for being on today's live stream. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, That Boy, for being on today's live stream. Jazz hands to you, Drake. Thank you. Thank you so much for sending a star. You're helping me get one step closer to paying off my student loan net. Thank you, Arnell, for being here and for donating as well. Special shout out to everyone. I really appreciate your generous donation, Drake and everybody else. All proceeds go to his own separate account, and one day, you guys will be able to help me pay for a portion of my student loan debt. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you missed Unique Lamia or Queen Mother before then, definitely consider going and watching one of our full-length traditional YouTube videos, YouTube Shorts, or prior live streams. And stay positive, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.